Okay, so a passenger is denied another drink and allegedly lunges at the flight crew. Another person plays videos loud until an airline has to threaten removal. A disagreement on the road becomes an attempted murder case. At what point did ordinary inconvenience begin feeling like permission to terrorize everyone around you? Have you ever?
At what point did a minor inconvenience become a reason to terrorize everyone around you?
Yeah. I'm very non-confrontational, but
what do you mean?
Well, what I mean is that you are coming up really, really strong. No, but I'm trying to be more and more, but I do feel
like in confronting.
To like set my boundaries, like healthy boundaries. But I do think, like, especially in my building here, people here in Mexico City are very confrontational and like are ready to fight at any time. Like they wake up ready.
I think on some level that can be healthy, and on another level it's totally not.
Yeah.
Like on some level, on some level it's like it's too much, but then on some level, like you do need to confront the issues that come.
But the ideally you just don't want to. Like, for example, I just had an event 2 days ago. I went to the grocery store. I think I told you this already. I went to the grocery store and there was this random stranger being like, guys, the line is this way and you need to follow this. And then was a security guard. And he was like, no, guys, the line is this way. And then this other random person was like, this guy is wrong. You should all be in this place. So I'm just looking at the confrontation. And I'm like, I just want to buy my stuff. Why don't you just open another one? I hate OXXO. So I'm there waiting where the security guard tells me, and the crazy guy comes to me and he pokes me. He's like, you're not supposed to be here. Go the other way. And I just look at him and say, please don't touch me. And he went nuts on me.
Because he did touch you, right? Like
when you don't confront them, they get crazier.
But so, like, what am I going to do? Get in a fight with the guy?
Right. So that's tonight's debate. Tonight we are asking whether these are isolated stories or evidence that our basic agreement holding public life together
contract
is disappearing.
I listen. I would argue that the social contract is maybe it's not weaker than ever. Maybe it was time before civilization. Maybe that was worse. But I do think there's something kind of weird happening in the sense that like basic manners are. It feels like maybe they're eroding.
They are. I think. I don't know if it was the pandemic. I've encountered this like.
David's like, how dare you interrupt me?
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
He didn't get a chance to open his mouth yet, but I just observed it from here.
Oh yeah,
it's related.
You get both of our faces. Yeah. But I forgot.
Okay,
no.
Okay.
Go ahead. I remember, but I'm making the mental note.
Okay, I'm not even sure if it makes any sense now, but so I have a friend.
Okay, tell me.
She's now in this idea of confrontation because you just mentioned the before civilization, and I was thinking back to the movie The Odyssey, which then made me think of the other movie Troy.
Oh yes,
because that was in a time when we were really fighting to the death, and that was like a common thing, and you had to prove that you were worthy of continue living by getting out and killing animals and bring pride to your and also like you had to like literally go and fight wild animals that
you're kind of referring to basically like kind of like the traditional qualities, like being like a man going out and hunting.
Why am I bringing this up? Because so I was talking to a girl / friend,
girlfriend, no girl,
but exactly, but
friend zone.
She was like, dude, it's so hot when because she was watching Troy, when just two men just engage in a fight and they're clashing their bodies against each other and punching themselves, and I'm like, maybe that's why we as men do it, because
for them
I think that there is like a very caveman thing in our brain that just I want to impress her. I'm gonna show her I'm strong, and I'm gonna be rude to everyone else.
Okay.
Like I'm sorry I keep interrupting you, but I'm gonna say something else.
Say it.
Because for example, I remember being in a club, just talking to a pretty girl, just talking to her, not even like, and then this other guy comes to me, he pushes me, and he says, "Can I say this cuss word in Spanish?" And then I translate it. Quítate, ella viene conmigo, vete a la verga. Which translate to,
does it go to hell, basically?
F you, she's with me.
Thank you, Mark Sands.
And I got
Thank you, Mark
really,
Sands.
really
Thank you.
angry because he pushed me. He literally pushed me.
When was this?
This was a couple of years ago. And
Conspiracy.
I mean, I really wanted to be confrontational in that time. You know, I wanted to like,
Yeah.
I didn't. But
Because you're civilized.
yeah, but again, sometimes it's just men
No,
being
it is.
brutes.
Right. Well, that brute force is a real thing, right? The idea of like men fighting over women, it's like lions, fighting for the pride, having it's like reproduction rights. Like that's how it was back in the day. Like you had to like impress like peacocks. Peacocks, they do all this stuff. Birds do all this kind of crazy dancing. So there's something there about that. So there's like an inherent, it's kind of built in.
Violence. I think violence is inherent to humans. I mean, it is.
He's like, let's call it what it is.
But
Competition.
But yeah, I mean, that's why we have social contracts. Because I don't think violence is inherent. Like I don't see any future.
Oh
where
wow,
we
Michael,
stop.
thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, thank you, Michael. Hi, Mark Sands. Hi, John Scott from
Michael.
Vegas.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all are so kind. I appreciate y'all so much.
Oh my God, again. Thank you.
I'm telling you, you're a lucky charm.
Oh yeah.
So thank you so much, Michael McSilver. Seriously. But I do think it's competition. It's like kind of built in. But I think in our society now, it's like they've trained it out of us. And so then it's like, do we need to like bring it back? Because like your friend is saying that
Do we
it's
need
like
an
attractive
outlet?
quality.
I think we shouldn't bring it back, and I think it should stop being seen. It should stop being seen.
Being seen
as an
good-
attractive quality. You know.
Right. Yeah. Why? And I think I know why, but I'll let you say it.
Okay. Because I can't do it, and I want to be attractive.
Okay, that's like very honest, right?
Yeah.
I think that's
No, to like
No,
being like completely honest.
yeah.
It's simply not correct. Come on, we
Right.
can't just be pumping each other's head whenever we
Right,
get angry.
like those
we are,
rams,
we
it's
are
like,
not.
I feel like in the animal kingdom, it's like that's a common thing among the men. They're
Yeah.
banging their heads against each other,
Yeah.
and they're fighting essentially over the reproductive rights.
Yeah, but we claim to be more civilized than the other animals, so we should prove it.
I mean, in some ways, maybe we have, but maybe it's like you get to a certain point of civilization, then it starts to fall down again.
Yeah, but that happens all the time. That
Well,
happens
like-
like all the time. Every civilization collapses.
Right, but maybe it's different this time.
You think?
I think
I
maybe
hope
because
so.
we've never had the same level of tools, right? It's like the Iron Age, all the different ages, like the Golden Age, the Bronze Age.
Yeah, but
right?
we'll-
the now it's like in the tech age, and so now it's like we're kind of like in a post-truth age. So it's almost like the weapons that we would theoretically use are so different. Hey, Mark Sands, what's going on?
Hey,
Mark
Mark
Sands.
Sands, what's going on?
Hey.
But it's wild. So you guys, this is David and Daniel,
Hey,
Yes.
David,
how's it going?
Daniel.
very biblical names.
Yeah.
But I
A
feel
version of you and a version of me fought in the ancient times, bro. Like,
Did they
Yeah.
live in the same timeline?
David
David-
and Daniel,
David.
I'm sure.
Oh well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
you're talking about your ancestors.
No, I'm saying like probably someone named David and probably someone named Daniel fought back in the biblical times.
Yes.
They're good names.
Yeah.
They're good names.
They're
I think the
solid
D is
names.
the song-
Yeah.
yeah, D is a great sound.
Yeah.
Like a sound that's requires like some
Yeah.
effort, like a b or a d.
Yeah.
Or a, it's like
Or a
men I
mix.
feel like rarely start with the sh, right?
We have Shane, we have Sean,
Sean.
we have
But there's very soft names, like very
Yeah.
airy.
yeah.
Not that there's any. I mean, they're all good names.
So,
yeah.
do you
Trying to
guys?
think anyway.
No. I'm just trying to front the
Yeah.
conversation. But do you feel that situation that you saw on the store you mentioned? Do you guys think that people have confused being a paying customer with having unlimited authority? Do you think people often confuse
That's a good
being
question.
paying for something with having
I
the authority?
patronize this place.
Yeah, but I think it has a lot to do with control. I feel like people feel like they don't have a lot of control over their lives.
Oh,
So the little control they get as a paying customer, I think they
Yeah,
try
they
to
use
like
really deep.
Yeah,
use it as much as they can.
it may be true.
Yeah.
Again,
You
I'm just
blew us away with how deep. That was so deep. It's like
Yeah.
people have little control.
No,
So
I guess I'm just thinking back to my own experiences. I'm sorry if everything I say it's always a little story
no, it's a good. The good
Yeah.
tells
about paying customers. So, not so long ago, I had a girlfriend that I'm no longer with, and this
How
used
dare
to happen.
you.
And this used to happen very often. I will come back to the main idea.
No, I'm saying how dare you to your ex.
So we were at the movies,
Okay.
and I checked my phone, or I did something where I
Okay.
didn't see the screen when we were supposed to choose our seats.
Okay.
So the lady just chose whatever.
Okay.
And by the time I like, hey, I want to choose my seats, she's like, oh, but I already printed them. And I was like, I do not care. It was your mistake, and I want to choose my seats.
Yeah.
But and I was
You just turned
like, I was totally about to get into a confrontation because I'm paying for this, and she made a mistake.
right.
But then my girlfriend from that time was like, oh, I'm sorry, please excuse him. Sometimes he gets a little bit too angry. Don't worry, we're gonna take
You
those.
didn't even do anything yet.
I couldn't.
Right.
And now
And
I'm stuck with whatever she
so
chose.
She set you up. She set
Basically.
you, because it's like now you're painted into a corner.
Because
Yeah.
I do think that since I'm paying, or any of us who are paying, we have the right to exigir. How do I say that?
Demand.
To demand, to be treated correctly and to
Sure.
get what we are paying for.
And yeah.
And I do think there are manners, to get there.
Mhm.
There are.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can be like,
No, I'm
hey,
just joking, yeah.
you made a mistake. I would like to check my seats. I'm sorry
Right.
if you already printed them, and I'm sorry if it's going to be your problem
Right.
later, and your boss is probably going to be angry with you, but I'm the customer. I'm paying. I want to choose my seats.
Yeah, like I made a mistake. I'm a human. Like,
Mhm.
So
yeah, and
too,
this-
you said that the whole movie, right?
yeah, it's a whole movie that you have to see through. Yeah, this is an area of my life where I try to be more confrontational nowadays because I used to be very shy. But yeah, I always like try to understand like the clerk's job is like not that great. So I like try to like make it not their fault and like
Right.
just like I am a Karen in the
Well,
sense that I always like try to like, yeah, give me the manager. I know this is not your decision to make, so just give me
Actually,
give me the
they probably
manager.
don't love hearing. Let me see. Talk to the manager.
Yeah, like I bet it's like a hassle to like go and get the manager, but I'm like I know we don't have to fight. Like I don't want to fight you over this. Like I am a paying customer, so
Right.
just let me get the person that can make the decision for you. I know this is not it's neither or
Yeah, it's
neither
not
guy's
his fault.
fault. Like yeah, just get me the person that can like override the decision and just
You make a
like,
good point.
But
I feel
also, sometimes you have people like in the complete other side of that spectrum. Like my sister, for example, we were all at a dinner together, and she just wanted to pay for like sweet breads that she bought. So she goes to the cashier and she's like, "Yeah, I would like to pay for my stuff," and they charge her for the entire table. But they don't tell her, "Hey, we're charging you for the entire table." They just tell her, "Hey, is this much?" And she sees the amount and she's like, "Oh my god, but I'm just buying this sweet bread." So okay, and then she paid like the full thing because she didn't want to engage in a conversation.
In
She
her
didn't want
mind,
to.
it was too confrontational
Yeah.
to even to acknowledge. Like, hey, by the way,
This is too much. Like, had she done it, the guys would have noticed. Oh, I'm sorry, we're charging you the full thing. Let me just charge you for what you're buying, actually. But
a lot of
she
businesses
didn't even
depend
got
on
into.
that. Like the
Yeah.
trickery, like
Yeah.
bottle service for like men at like in nightclubs.
yeah, I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
that happen.
Like
Yeah,
I've
but
never
this was in the
done
middle
that.
of the day. It
Charge.
was like
Right.
a
I mean,
coffee shop.
right. My point is like that's the difference. Like it was like a literal, like it probably was a legitimate accident.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But don't you think it's interesting how there are entire businesses that are built on like tricking the customer?
Yeah, that
like the
sucks.
bottle service for
So
men.
you
Because
gotta watch
there's
out
like they
for
already
that.
know there's like a level of shame in there.
Yeah,
They know they can, so they hijack it.
yeah,
Like that's the most
That
cruel thing I
happens,
think you
yeah.
can do to a person is like hijack their kindness.
yeah. So that's
Or-
why I
or
try
their
to be like
vulnerability.
more, especially in those situations. Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
paying. Like,
Right. Well, it's like
Yeah.
well, if you're willing to pay, then I know you're willing to pay a little more, or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That idea.
yeah, that
Or
has
it's like
happened
raising
to
the
me.
rent. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's like there's this idea that like the customer, I do on some level, it's understandable why customers are getting more out of hand. But at
Yeah,
the same time, you can't be shouting up and
yeah.
But all of that is going to end because since AI is taking everyone's job. I mean, like,
let's just be real. Yeah, say
like
that.
last time I went to the movies, I didn't even talk to a person. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. You just like walk
Who am
up.
I going to yell at?
All the robots did it for you.
The craziest part is that they charge you for that. Right?
I know, and I hate it, and I have no one to complain about because there is an extra fee for using the
Yeah.
machine,
Yeah.
and I don't want to
That's
pay for
just
that.
ridiculous.
But
Yeah.
I can make a like,
That's
I can
next level
choose.
crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't get
that
that.
brings me.
And I'm talking to you, Cinepolis.
Yeah.
Change that.
I get that.
Let's change it.
So
Yeah,
that
why
brings
would
me
they charge extra?
right.
No,
Yeah,
like,
take
you're right,
less.
It's crazy. We're like kind of like living in the upside down
Mhm.
because what you're saying is correct.
Mhm.
But it's like someone just makes it rules from up top, and we're all just supposed to it's supposed to trickle
Yeah.
down, and we just have to follow that rule.
No, we have power of decision as customers. Yeah.
Well, like you said, you can't yell at the machine, or you can, but you would just look like a crazy person.
It wouldn't get nowhere, you know?
Right.
That brings me to the next point, which is that the customer may not always be right.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. I do believe that doesn't matter. The customer is always right
You think
for the
so?
customer's perspective. And
Oh.
at the end, I just want their money. So if I just have to make them happy and dance like a clown, I will, because it is my business
I mean,
and I want it to thrive.
yeah, but hear me out. So the situations we have here are like screaming over a wrong order, humiliating an employee who cannot change
Screaming over an order.
a wrong order,
Okay.
humiliating an employee, threatening
Okay.
workers, filming an employee, threatening service staff.
Filming an employee.
Yeah, like for
that's out of hand.
People use so much memory on their phone to be like, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm thinking of it too much like a.
and Mark
producer.
Fence has a question. He says, "At what point should passion take over?" Meaning, do you guys think that there's a point where you should like just
I think Dave might have that.
I think never.
He's
I
passionate.
think we should always be civil. No matter.
Yeah.
I mean, unless the other person is physically attacking me, okay, that's when I respond. But
Yeah, right.
that first engagement should not occur in the first place. You know what I mean? Like I hear this, it's in Spanish again. I'm going to try to translate it. There's a common meme running around that is, you are talking to me as if you could withstand a punch from me. You know the saying in Spanish? You're
No.
talking to me as if you could withstand a punch from me.
That I mean that's.
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it.
Okay.
I think that it's a terrible idea just from inception. So if another person is giving you compelling arguments to shut you up, and all you can do is hit him in return because he's making you angry, you're on the wrong side of things, buddy.
mm,
Right. Like, but it's so common in the culture. It's literally become an expression.
Yeah, like it especially here in Mexico. Like if someone
Do you wanna
looks
take
at
this
you
outside?
funny,
Do you want to take this outside?
why? When we can fight in here.
Right. But like just the saying that, it's like you kind of know immediately what the
Yeah.
other person's saying.
Mhm.
Like, that's so crazy. Like just saying, do you want to take this outside? You know immediately that the person's like, I want to physically go down with you. Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm like, whoa.
What?
Like, yeah, no, not go down on you. Go down, like throw, like. There's the expression like come to blows, depending on like where you are, what part of the country
Just
you are.
Yeah.
reminds me.
It did sound funny. Listen, like,
No, yeah, like for the first time. So I had an exchange student. She was from the
Okay.
U.S.
Okay.
when I was in high school,
Mhm.
and she was talking about one time when a family member of hers got beaten up
Uh-huh.
by a gang.
Oh dang.
So the way she said it, since again, I'm a simple man, she was like, "Yeah," and then my parent or my whatever got gangbanged, and I'm like,
Right.
"What? I'm sorry, what?"
That's an easy mistake to make, especially if even if
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
And I was like, "I'm sorry, but my English
Yeah.
comes from internet. What are you telling me?" Exactly.
You're like, so they had
That's
a great
funny.
time or what?
Yeah, was she not liking it?
oh,
Yeah, no, that's funny.
Michael Mark Silver says
That's
straight
funny.
guys get drunk and fight all the time, probably chemicals.
Chemical.
Like kind of like is what like awakening the testosterone inside of the individual. Or
But
Yeah,
that's more like a
but-
justification, right? Like,
Yeah, I
You know,
think
like,
it's
what-
more of a social, like, patriarchal thing.
Yeah.
Once you're intoxicated, I mean, it's like a whole other game. 'Cause you're not thinking clearly.
yeah,
But I don't know, like, I'm a very happy drunk. Like, I've never gotten in a fight, like,
I'm a
because
happy
I was
drunk,
drunk. Yeah.
I'm a happy drunk.
I'm a very obnoxious drunk. You suddenly are 20 years younger now.
Oh, yeah.
I am a very obnoxious drunk.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get friendlier when I'm drunk. Like, I find like new friend groups when I'm drunk. I don't get into fights because I'm drunk.
yeah,
That's a good thing though, right?
Yeah.
Because like some people, it's like they wake up and it's like their house is destroyed or they got
Yeah.
into a fight with
Yeah.
their partner. You know, or it's like because it's rare that you're like you get drunk and then you're like you have a blackout and you wake up,
Yeah.
you're like who cleaned the house?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do that.
You know what I mean?
I do that.
I
Yeah.
can see you doing that.
Yeah.
You're like super responsible.
you're the
Yeah.
guy. You're the guy who cleans after parties now.
I am. Yeah.
Really?
You get
Me and
tipsy,
my
you're
We
like,
should go to a party at my house.
yeah, me and my college friends like used to party at like my friend's dad's office. I don't know why. So and she was very like I don't want to say bossy, but she would boss us around.
Right.
And she was like, "No, we aren't living till we clean my dad's office. It was his like place of business, so we had to like scrub the floor. So yeah, we hung out there. We got drunk there, but because we used to like do homework and then just got drunk. But yeah, we had to scrub the floors before we.
And no one got into any fights.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think that's funny, right? It's like people say like nothing good happens in a blackout, but in your case it does.
It does sometimes.
Yeah, you black out and you're like, someone did, you know.
Yeah,
So
someone
who
did the
made
dishes
it?
that I didn't want to do during the day. Yeah.
Like how complicated is the task can it be, right? Like if you're drunk, right? Have you ever like tried to do something you're like, you know,
Yeah, like
remember getting
I
on a treadmill
tried
drunk
walking
once.
upstairs while I'm drunk, and I
Yeah.
can't do it.
For sure.
yeah, like that hand thing.
Peeing is so hard when you're drunk.
Well, I mean, you want to pee, right?
Yeah.
You just
I mean,
pee.
yeah,
Aiming.
but I mean,
Aiming
aiming
the
is
pee.
so hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Picking like the bullseye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aiming. Yeah.
Yeah. I recently like mixed meds unknowingly, like
Ruh-roh.
allergy meds with wine and alcohol,
Like
and
Benadryl.
I couldn't like even open my building's door. My friends had to help me.
Yeah.
That was
So you haven't been on. You see, I've been on hard stuff. You've been like try to like drag me. I'm like nothing happens. I'm like, they're like, dang. You know, I've taken it all.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
No,
I did a lot of stuff back when I was young, but now it's just memories.
Right.
Yeah.
Lost
That is a real
memories for
thing
me.
about you have a tolerance for certain things.
Yeah.
Like somebody puts Benadryl and you're like, oh, like I'm
Yeah.
and it's like
Here's how I work
Yeah.
with
you need to
alcohol.
have like an elephant tranquilizer.
Here's how I work with alcohol. I get hungover during the party. Like,
Oh, that's,
I would get there.
Yeah.
I would
sounds like
begin
that
to drink.
sucks.
I would get drunk, and then I would stop because I'm too drunk.
Right.
And then during the party, like 2 hours
Oh,
later, I'm gonna be like,
you're already
okay, I'm already hungover. I'm already sobered up and hating every single one of you in a matter of like
Well,
5 hours.
Maybe
During
the good thing is that you know when to stop early.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you're not maybe. I mean, I don't know. Some people make the argument that there's no healthy amount to drink. I heard that. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's a
I think
legitimate
that's true.
argument. Like,
I
there's
think
no
that's
healthy
true.
amount
Yeah.
to drink.
Right.
I know that that's true. Doesn't mean I follow it.
Yeah.
But I
know
maybe yeah.
Now going back to
the
question.
questions.
Well, it's like one drink and then two turns into two.
right.
Okay, well, have any of you ever engaged in a fight before you
I don't
go over here?
I mean,
think-
no.
so.
Not even
Luckily,
in like high school.
no, I don't think so. Yeah,
What about you?
not a physical fight, like
and I mean a
yeah.
physical
No,
fight.
I've been in
No.
a fight before. Yeah, but I don't remember. No. Not that I. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what's crazy is that now that you mention it, it is kind of interesting how little physical interaction we do have. Just in terms of fighting, like how many fights can you remember? Like the fact that one time this guy knocked me out in a bathroom for no reason at all.
For no reason.
No reason at all. But I was
No.
like a kid. So I
Damn.
was reaching for the paper
And
towel.
was a
damn,
guy?
that's
Great
strong.
No, this guy. His name was Lucky. Like his name was Lucky. He was like a
Oh, so he was
You
a
knew
dog
it?
guy.
real big, beautiful black man.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that we were both like, he was actually very good at math, and so we were like number one and number two. In the school.
Oh,
But it had
sounds
nothing to do
jealous.
with that. Like
Oh.
I don't think we
Well.
never even talked about it.
Oh.
But what was crazy is that I was in the bathroom and I was reaching for, and I think maybe I'm justifying it for him,
yeah.
but he just like knocked me out. Like
That's,
I mean, I was like, what? I mean, I don't think I went full out, but I was like, what is that about?
but it knocked you off your feet.
Oh, I mean, I'll never. I mean, I can physically, visually
Yeah.
remember the whole thing
That's
going down.
crazy.
But I'm trying to remember. I'm like, maybe
There was
I'm trying to
something
like, justify it for
because
him.
it sounds so crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so crazy because
Are you still in touch with the guy?
no. I think he has a bunch
You
of
were
friends.
on the same grade. This happened
Yeah,
at
we were in
the
the same
school
grade.
bathroom.
Yeah, and like we were actually like, kind of like friends. 'Cause it was
That's
a really small
crazy.
town. I say kind of friends because we were just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
working
Because
with
he
each other.
punched you.
Yeah, he was
Very-
just testing his own strength.
I think like listen, it's hard. Like
Yeah.
I don't think nobody chooses to be gay, but I think I was at that age where you're
Right.
starting to tell.
Yeah,
You know. What I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think maybe like I'm trying to justify it for him, but I think
It's like
maybe he was-
homophobia.
Oh yeah, I think maybe he was like oh hell no.
Yeah,
You know
I'm gonna
what I mean?
establish. Yeah,
Yeah.
That sounds like a very
Masculinity.
typical
No, but-
bully
but I-
behavior.
Yeah. I mean, but I'll never forget being like bam.
damn,
It was
that's
it was like bam out of nowhere.
I'm gonna kick the gay out of you.
I mean, and thanks for trying.
Didn't work, buddy.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
don't,
had a go at it at least.
That's funny when people say that, like, I'm gonna beat the gay. It's like as if you could. I mean, like that'd
Yeah.
be great. Like you fix a lot of problems for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe on some level it it solves some problems, but it creates others.
Yeah.
For
You
sure.
know, like like after you have to go really out of your way to have children. You know what
For
I mean? Like no one's gonna be like, oh, I'm pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that part. You know, but I think maybe because you see so many people, he's like, right? Like if you know you guys, it's like their life is over as they know it, right? Because they have a baby now, baby mama.
And Nyberg says physical aggressions are just dumb. In my opinion, it just tells me you don't know how to use your words or have a debate, which
Right.
I agree with.
Do
I
you
agree.
want to articulate your ideas?
I
That is
agree.
absolutely
Sure.
true. But what happens?
Tell me.
I'm gonna get so deep in here.
Get in it. Get deep.
When you grow up in a family
Mhm.
full of people who don't know how to verbalize their emotions and have physical abuse, because then you grow up, and that's the only way you know how to communicate your emotions. You know.
That's the problem with society is that we basically know what our parents taught us, and then how much did we really venture out to learn on our own? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And maybe some people have a theory that like, oh, you're gay because you had an absent father, and I'm
Are
like,
you?
how did you know?
First of all,
First of all,
that's very
you're
specific.
correct,
Mhm.
and number two, how dare you?
Number two, that's rude.
No, but I think there may be some truth in that. You know what I mean? Maybe not if you're actually gay or not, but in terms of like performativity.
Yeah, but
Because I think my mom was like
Think
very
so.
theatrical.
Okay.
And so I think I'm kind of theatrical because of her. She's very like she can explain a lot with her hands. So I think there was, whenever we had Jimmy on, there was somebody from Spain watching, and they're like, I just watched to watch Brent's hands dance around. Because like, she was like, I don't really, but she was like, that she used the word like danzan, which is like probably no, like whatever. But the point is that I think basically we perform what we see as effective within our parents.
what we see.
Like we don't really, it's like a subconscious, subliminal,
For
thing that we
sure.
acquire.
I think
Like
so.
I didn't train my brain to copy my mom's mannerisms,
Yeah.
but they're there.
That's how we learn.
Oh,
Like, are there any
yeah.
mannerisms you're like, oh, this is just like my dad,
Absolutely.
or this is
and I
just
hate
like
it.
my mom, you know?
Yeah, especially sometimes I do some facial expressions that are just so my
Oh, you guys
dad.
don't forget to like, by the way, like the video.
Oh yeah, and I
please
just
do
want to
so.
mention Mark Sands. I'm really sorry you had your job rocking back in the day.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, Mark Sands.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
Mark Sands,
but-
my heart goes out to you.
Yeah, like for example, when I'm looking at myself in the
Damn,
mirror
that
and
sucks.
I just do like some gesture with my face, and I'd be like, "That's my dad. That's my dad."
Oh,
And
I
and
see
my
my
mind
profile.
goes back to Lion King, and I'm like, "Yeah, they told me."
Mufasa. Like they give us ample
He
warning.
lives
Mufasa.
in me.
Isn't it here in Mexico City right now?
Yeah, I just want to see it.
It's in Spanish though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they didn't
I've
have
never
the same
seen it.
lyrics.
Yeah, they gotta
as in the
change
movie.
it. Yeah.
They think they don't have the rights for the movie version of the lyrics.
They
Oh,
don't.
really?
I mean,
I mean, why
They-
else?
Oh
would
no, no,
use it?
They just have to
change
adapt
it
them,
for
yeah.
anytime they do like someone who like works in this field.
eh,
They do change the songs like
Yeah.
somewhat substantially to make it different for the live show.
Yeah.
But for example,
It's
like
not a
if
right
I'm
issue. Like
looking
Disney, I
at,
promise you, Disney
Yeah.
yeah. everything down to the
yeah,
end.
Disney's
but
getting
like for
big.
example, if I go to Broadway and I see the show
Uh-huh.
in English, will I not hear the movie songs with the lyrics from the movie?
There's like versions that is
Yeah.
like slightly different, but
Yeah,
it's
they
like
really
adapted it.
"Matata, what a wonderful phrase."
That's all in the
Hey,
movie.
Jimmy would be like, "Don't sing it, we'll get in trouble." And I'm like, "You can sing the song," because he was his little age, like whenever he was 13 or even younger, he was like, "Oh no, you can't sing in a video because it'll get over." I was like, "It's so crazy that you like you're self censoring
Yeah.
because he's seen like takedown notices or
Mhm.
videos disappear." But yeah, they have.
Can I tell you
they
like
have-
something
they
like
have all the main
a
songs.
super fun story about that?
Yeah.
So back when I was in high school, how do I even tell this story? When my friends used to send to themselves videos
Okay.
exposing themselves
Oh, okay, got it.
in such a way that
Like-
they didn't want the video to get shared around.
Uh-huh.
I've
What
heard this.
they would do is that they would record themselves doing whatever they were doing with
They
the
learned
Disney
something here.
music song in the background.
I've heard
in the
this.
background.
Oh,
But
And if they ever tried to upload it or do something nasty with it, Disney would take it down.
But you can always like mute it and upload it.
Yeah.
like
There's
that
a
song.
meme.
But yeah, I've heard this.
there's
Yeah.
a meme going around where it says like it'll have someone like just shaking their head and they're like, isn't it so sad? Like all the women are being taught to like constantly be playing Disney songs. in the background because the guys are like recording them with their meta glasses.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That-
you're saying like, but I
Yeah,
also thought like, I
Yeah.
think someone just thought that up. I don't think that that's actually
A
happening all
thing.
that much.
but
I mean,
yeah,
I guess it could be,
that's
sure.
like an evolution of.
And how much though? Like how much footage do you need if you're just walking around, you're recording everything?
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean, some people are like, that's 30 seconds is enough.
Yeah.
So it's like this is like very long format, right?
This is
But
Yeah.
it's because it's like a hangout with me, right?
yeah.
But I've heard that women are told now just like play like a copyrighted song all the time on your body
Yeah.
if you're walking in public. But I'm like, and on some level, like what are they capturing? It's like this is like a hot mama or whatever.
I mean,
Maybe-
have you not? I mean, I know I
There's a lot
understand
of
that you are not straight,
different
but have
corners.
you not heard a conversation of just a bunch of straight guys pouting shit? Sorry,
No. You're. I think I have. I guess maybe I'm just
because we are
maybe I've fallen out of this.
something else.
Like,
But I think there's a lot of
walk
like
by a cafe,
corners
y'all
of the
are pigs.
internet.
You know what I mean? Does
Yeah.
that still happen? Somebody like
Repeat the
walking
question.
by a cafe and all these men are like being rowdy and they're all talking about something.
I
Like if somebody
that
like, you guys need to show,
I think that
have
happens
some
in
civility
Mexico City,
or
yeah.
blah blah blah.
I think so. I think
I feel
that's
like I've seen that in my lifetime
Yeah.
several times, but I don't remember. I haven't seen it lately.
I mean, I haven't.
But yeah.
Do
Like
people
for
get- do
example,
people like
I
here.
I try to be very civil, like
Uh-huh.
even with my words. But like last year, one of my friends from high school made a. I'm sorry if I'm putting that back to you.
You're-
One of my friends from high school, he got married in Cancun, and a bunch of us from high school went to his wedding. And when we just saw each other again, we were 15
Hey,
again.
Velvet Hammer, what's going on? He says, I just got some meta glasses. Obsessed. It only records how many minutes? 5 minutes at a time.
Oh.
Velvet Hammer is that a concern for you?
Didn't
By the
know
way,
that.
like the meta glasses, they keep pushing them to me. I don't think I'm gonna buy them, but
I mean, I do see a lot of billboards.
Yeah,
I think
it's
wild.
kind of
Everyone's-
cool. I do love like new tech, and I've thought about it, but yeah, I don't see much.
I don't
use
think
for
it's
it.
gonna
Velvet
it's gonna
Hammer,
work.
what do you think? Doesn't it's like it's kind of fun, but at the same time, it's very like dystopian, right? I think it's fun like whenever you're doing stuff with your family. But I guess the idea is like anything. It's like a camera. It's in itself is not. There's nothing wrong.
it's
with
just it's simply more private to use your phone. Like if you are saying the commands out loud, people are just gonna know what you're doing if you're recording.
That's kind of cool. Like,
Tap
hey,
it.
yeah, look this up, and like that's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's maybe too dystopian for me.
It's like someone tries to fight with you, and you're like, meta.
Yeah, Meta,
Right?
record this for like legal
I
reasons.
believe
Yeah,
Google tried to already do like the Google glasses back in like
Right.
10 years ago, and it didn't work.
I remember. I mean,
Why didn't it work back then?
I think
What's
it's like
different now?
I think it's like 3D TVs. Like certain things, like they try to push it on the public.
Yeah.
And it's a little
I
too
heard
early.
that too.
they keep
I
coming
did too.
back.
I did too, and I had some 3D stuff, and then I was like, and then just was like fell away, and I was like, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
But it makes sense. I mean,
I mean,
people
I
would
don't
start seeing a blurry screen unless they have the glasses.
yeah.
I don't know. I
It's
think
like
there's
kids
just
break the
something about the
glasses.
phone that is very addictive in and of itself. I think
It
for
is, yeah.
it is a perfect product because it's a need nowadays. You need to have a phone and you
Right.
need to have a smartphone.
It's like your ID, your pay.
And again, it's everything: your
Yeah.
your camera, your
Your
calculator,
wallet.
your
Yeah.
friends, your family, your
Yeah.
phone, it is everything. So
Your internet
I
partner.
think this is just like too revolutionary, and I don't think the glasses are the next step. I think
I
this
think-
will be replaced by something someday, but
They were talking about that though. I will tell you, like 10 years ago, whenever
Mhm.
they first like they took off in 2007,
Mhm.
and but since even over 10 years ago, they were talking about like, okay, there'll be something after this,
The
and
next
then nothing
thing,
ever
and it
came. It was,
hasn't,
they were just
yeah.
kept perfecting this, like
Yeah.
the phone. So I think it is an interesting debate. Like, for example, they had projectors, but those didn't take off.
Yeah,
The idea is like very Minority Report. Like you're like going through the stuff.
yeah,
but
and
you
then
can really like,
You could like there was a company out of Taiwan that
but you need like a crystal or some sort of like thing.
There- I-
you
for a
can't get into,
holographic.
right?
Yeah.
It's not like a real
There
hole.
was one that like actually projected down, and then you could actually type.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen
that's
this.
You would
interesting,
see like
yeah.
because your fingers would like interrupt the laser.
Yeah, yeah.
pointers.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? But I remember thinking like I don't know though. Like I don't know. It's not better, than a
I
keyboard.
just look. There's like in the movies when we are so off topic now. In the movies,
I mean, it's a good topic though. I mean, we can get back but we're talking about
But I think
society.
this
where
was
it's headed.
going to be my comment about the pandemic changing things. Like I worked with a lot of like film students over the years, and I did notice a change with like people just like after the pandemic that the generations that had to study online,
Right.
and them like not even like introducing themselves, like avoiding your like eye line and like
avoiding me.
no, it's I think it's generation. It's not just you, Brent, and your personality.
Yeah, I've also seen that. I've never liked it.
Well,
but
I think it's so bizarre, you know.
Yeah, people used to be like, "Hi, my name is."
The worst thing is not even being acknowledged.
Like, yeah,
like you're right. I mean, being invisible is like worse than being like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah,
you know,
and I think
I'm like, no.
Yeah, and I find that to be rude, but they don't like. They just like it's whatever. But yeah, it's generational. I think now at this point.
Like Amy Schumer, she says like, you know, she has a day she's dating this guy, and she's like, "Is he okay? Should we call someone?" She's like, "No, that's just his face." But I feel like, you know, nowadays, because for example, I was like promoting this on like, okay, you told me about TikTok, so I was like, not that like, you revealed TikTok to me, but I was like, you know, you're right. Like it kind of took your voice for me to literally make one.
Okay.
Yeah, and so then I was like, hey guys, go over here and watch this.
Yeah, everything.
But I also
happening
think
on TikTok.
Right, but it was also like I'm on YouTube. I don't care at all. But I was like, but I did one take, and I'm like, I'm not doing another one. You know what I mean?
No, it's hard.
I'm
yeah,
not doing it.
yeah. No, me too.
doing
Like I cannot keep up with TikTok. Like I don't.
But I've seen like in TikTok the lesser production.
The better.
You have it's for the better. Like,
for sure, but I think you do have to
live stream from a dumpster, and we'll go viral.
Yeah.
But literally, people like they're in a dumpster.
Mhm.
Like watch it. They're in a freaking dumpster.
Yeah.
You know,
they do like in the studio with the produced lights, and they're gonna.
Yeah. So like basically, next time dumpster.
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that far.
And, like,
I'm
it's
kidding.
like a random like person like, you know, walks by and they're like, you know, someone's just starts crapping in front of us, and it's like, yeah, that's Jose.
We were looking for
from
things
the
to
mop-
switch
from the
things
mop-
up.
No,
Yeah.
the Sesame Street,
But you're onto something.
and get in like a trash can bin
Absolutely.
and just scare the hell out of people.
Listen,
film
people love
ourselves in it.
pranks.
Yeah.
Love pranks. They want to be pranked. They want to be pumped.
Yeah, meta makes sense for like listening to music and like
because
looking
Velvet
for
Trevor said
stuff.
I use them for speakers.
But we have
Yeah.
But we have earphones and headphones. Like, do we really need? And if it comes from
I mean,
my glasses,
No, but she says then I can snap photos and take video while I'm
Yeah.
driving.
Like for quick snaps, for sure. But yeah, I haven't.
How many? Like,
I do have another question that
go for it.
that for me it's like
Don't
ultimately
love David, and he's so opinionated. I love it.
like, will I buy this or not? It's not if it has features. It's not if I can record.
Uh-huh.
Do they look good? Is the design nice?
Velvet Hammer.
Like,
they look
At
good.
the end of the day, I'm gonna put them in my face, and I don't want to look like everyone else.
There are designs now that are
They have, yeah. They've been running ads like everywhere, like
Yeah.
in all the major cities around the world. But it does bring in the question of like privacy, because you never know when someone's recording. But I
I
think
mean,
it's
it
just
does have like a very big camera.
yeah. But I think, you know, they were already selling cameras inside glasses, right? Like spy glasses. Or spy,
Like nanny cams.
I just assume that I'm being recorded at all times anyway.
for
You
sure.
are.
That's how you
are,
have to
like, everything
operate.
that
You know, I feel recorded right
Yeah.
now.
You think we're being recorded?
I feel like I
I
am.
thought this was a rehearsal.
No, real life. Yeah, there you've been giving us money, and
You're kidding me.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, I'm leaving.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't agree to this.
So
That was a
fighting.
good response. That was good. He's like, yes, and
Yes.
improv rules.
And yeah. But yeah, I think technology has like made us a bit ruder. That's
There's someone
my
who watches
theory.
their username is I think
Nice
we're
save.
doomed.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing
maybe
That's what their username is I think we're doomed.
We may be
But
done.
like in what regard?
I don't know. That's their username, but they'll comment. I don't know if they're here today.
We'll
We-
see.
But they've
We
been in the
shall
last few live streams, and their username is I think we're doomed.
And I love the nickname, but I disagree.
Yeah. But just saying it sounds like
Man,
you're making
But I
it
hear
fun.
you.
I just say the username.
completely hear you.
But that's a great trick to get
Yeah.
people to say stuff.
Yeah.
You know, make you change your username. You can change it.
No, don't change it. I like it. Yeah.
So you Daniel, you were saying that the thing with technology is that it may have
There's a person like
exacerbated
this,
the
Yeah.
rudeness with people. Do you think that anonymity make cruelty easier?
Yes, for sure.
Anonymity
For
makes cruelty
sure.
easier.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
what,
so.
Like what makes us anonymous? I mean,
Well,
can anyone be?
You can be anonymous online. of
Yeah,
course.
like
I mean, it's
Twitter.
surprised
You
that
think
somebody-
my name is David?
This is an
He was
AI
like-
generated face.
He's like, I'm loco. You don't even know. Way. I'm like, oh my god.
Dude, I'm a spy.
I'm wearing
I
a
love
full
it.
filter in my face. Like this is not my
Yeah.
real
No,
face.
yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny though if like a filter like fell away and like we
And
look
then
like we're like reptilians?
I'm an 80-year-old man. No, yeah, I do think so. Yeah, it makes us more freely cruel,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and yeah,
I
that makes us
once
feel
heard like give him a man a mask and he will show his true face.
for sure.
Oh, that's really deep.
I'm
Because
sure I heard it somewhere.
that's
It's not
what-
constant for me.
That's what we were talking about. I feel like we're inherently violent.
They got it from somewhere else.
I think humans are cruel and inherently violent.
Mhm.
So that's why we
Oh.
build societies with social constructs, because our real selves are
I think
a bit
that's so
more
too.
horrible than we perform in society.
Yeah, no, I do believe that human is inherently evil.
Yeah, not evil.
do-
I will say
No,
not evil.
I would-
Violent.
I know,
Because I think violence can be used
For
to
good.
protect.
I
Yeah,
want to
for
believe that
protection.
man is basically good.
No, it's not.
I do believe
These
that
bad
too.
Situations.
I do believe that.
I mean, I believe there are good
This is
men.
like real. This is
Of
good-
course,
Yeah,
there
this is a
are.
discussion.
There are good people out there. There are, but it's not majority.
Uh-huh.
I
If,
do
if,
think-
if the majority of people
Uh-huh.
didn't want it to get into conflict, we respected each other, we respected each other's ideas, we would simply not have wars anymore. And we do. We have them. To this day, there are people out there killing each other as we are talking right now, and it
We
will
could kill each
continue
other
to
here, too.
happen. Yeah, we could, and it will continue to happen for ages because that is our nature.
That's so
We are looking at it.
tragic.
I don't
No, it's
think
so-
we're evil. I think we're violence.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you why I
Yeah,
think
Good,
there's
we're
a
evil.
difference,
good
guys.
distinction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're evil because of our brain development. We are too smart, and evilness
Like
comes
evil
with
geniuses?
evilness comes with smartness. Is that
Like cleverness. Maybe.
clever? Yeah,
Like-
I
like
do
rigging
think
the
the
game.
smartest you are inherently getting more evil. Simply because you
I
get the
think-
cap
I
of the
disagree.
ability to think
Outsmart.
those horrible things. What are you gonna do with that? Are you gonna go through with it or not?
Well, I think you're actually driving home like a really interesting point though, because I do think the more intelligent you become, like the more options you have, right? To think
For
like multiple
sure.
steps ahead of the other player.
But I
the
don't
person.
think that
But I don't think that you. I think you
leads
make a
to
conscious
evilness.
choice to go the
Yeah.
good route. Because I think going the like what is you know what I mean? I feel like I've had ample opportunity to do harm, and it's like I do the opposite
choose
because
not
I don't
to,
I don't feel that inclined to. But I do know. What if I was like completely beaten and ignored as a child and like
For sure.
abused, and I like grew up on the streets? You know what I mean? Sure, that's gonna change you for sure. Not to say that you can't be redeemed and healed.
But I mean, that's a good point. You become evil because of those things. I don't think you start evil, and I don't
Yeah.
think you would lean into evilness just by
That's
your
a
own.
good
He's like,
distinction.
Yeah.
no. He's like,
But
"I'm bad."
but that's
No,
just
no,
my
I mean,
opinion.
again, it is an
We
everyday
don't know.
fight for us to choose good because it's not our nature.
I think good is our nature. I think we build societies because our nature is to like protect each other, protect our families,
Yeah,
and that's where violence comes from. Sometimes we protect our own, and we're thinking of our own before the other, and
Mhm.
yeah, that creates war and like all
Yeah,
these
super
horrible
test for
things.
snacks. I'm gonna have snacks next time.
But I think the mere fact that we build societies makes me think that we're not evil.
I think he's onto something, and I think you're onto something too, because I think basically that's why we're having these kind of discussions.
I don't think building societies makes a good example of us not being evil. Why? Because
Laid on us.
you really
Yeah.
think the person in power, the builder of that society?
I don't think one person builds it.
No, but the power is shared between very few people. You know, and even in
I
very
don't-
early civilizations, there was a Caesar, there was a king, there are always someone on top. There is
Right.
always someone on top,
Right.
and they don't care
Like
about
the
you.
puppet
They don't care
masters.
about the little guy. They
But
just
you're
want the
talking
whole
about
royalty
monarchy.
so that they can continue.
You could say that
here.
that's
Yeah.
a minority. You
Yeah.
could say that that's a minority.
I think you're talking about monarchies like systems, and I'm talking about societies like
But even then, societies requires money. Requires.
I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Not necessarily, no.
Okay, I disagree with you.
Oh, I'm loving this. Y'all get it. Like and subscribe.
How
Y'all
can
gotta go
we
with it.
build?
I think
a civilization
money is a
without
very
currency?
recent
No,
invention.
it's not
I think
recent at
money.
all, man.
I think society predates money
Yeah.
by a lot of years. Yeah.
The moment we begin trading, the moment we begin putting not a price, but not getting
But I
the
think
word anymore.
society predates that. Like I've read this somewhere where the first like instance of like a society comes from like archaeologists finding a bone that was like repaired that
Oh, it was like turned into
Yeah.
like a tool.
yeah, like that meant that people like
Oh, like
that someone broke their leg and that
They're trying to
people
fix
helped
it.
them like fix it. Like
yeah.
Mhm.
that
Like, that's where,
predates
like-
money.
like
Like,
this-
and
the
that
snake
means that
around the
we
bone.
were taking care of each other, like because they could have like I mean in
It's like you
prehistoric
broke your
times,
leg, take it
it's
down.
not convenient
Right.
to help someone that broke leg if that means that you're
Right.
putting yourself at risk.
Right, right.
But
right.
the mere fact that that exists means that
Sounds like a good
we
sign.
yeah,
Okay,
I
but-
think that's a good sign for
Okay,
me.
but then what do you define as civilization? Because I would.
I
define-
didn't say civilization. I said society. Yeah.
Okay, so do you consider, for example, a bunch of?
Do you want to drink?
Nean-
Have a drink. You
Yeah,
want-
yeah,
you want
sure.
Water? or
Yeah,
Coke?
please. Yeah. Do you have tea?
Yes.
Oh, I would love
Like,
to.
would you consider, for example, Neanderthals and very early Homo sapiens living in a cave society? Because of course they would help each other for sure.
if they are living like in an agreement for sure?
But here's what's also that. Here's what was also happening while they were helping each other. They were also killing each other. You know, the strongest, the fittest. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be the alpha, so I kill every other male, and I take the big stick and I use it to poke my enemies so that I
Sure.
can become the ruler of this thing. Yeah, of course, we have a lot of people taking care of each other and caring for each other, but there is always
Sure.
this person who
Yeah,
wants to rule.
For sure.
And I don't
That's,
see. I like
that
to
is what I'm
believe
saying.
that is inherently evil.
I don't think that is evil.
I
But
don't
yeah,
that
I
a
think
person-
we're going in circles. But yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think societies are perfect. I think we are inherently violent,
Yeah.
but we create societies so that we can grow and they are convenient in the long run, maybe inconvenient in the short like run,
Hello, Don.
because you have to like cooperate and like maybe agree to some stuff that you don't necessarily agree with, but for the common goals it makes sense. So
So how's this? Is
Yeah.
this civilized? Am I being civil?
Yeah.
this is very civil. Thank you.
You're a great host.
Yes.
So now that we're mentioning violence a little bit, do you think that that's kind of like something that's growing with today's like response to everything? Do you think that have people lost the ability to tolerate minor inconvenience? Because
I think so.
I was thinking that in order for societies to coexist,
Mhm.
there are some levels of tolerance. Right?
Yes, for sure. I think that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
that happens in my building. Like I live in a building with a lot of like older people,
Mhm.
and they are another generation
Right.
that I would say like aren't as loving to pets or like used to like having pets.
On the building.
Yeah, on the building. Like I think it's a very recent thing for them.
Right.
So they are very rude to the pet owners.
Mhm.
They yell at the dogs, which like I think
I mean,
makes it worse.
that doesn't even make anything, right? That
Yeah,
doesn't
like
even-
that. For me, that doesn't make sense. And like that's the thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I get that you don't like pets, but you live in an apartment building where
Yeah.
like we have this agreement of like we are sharing like resources like water and electricity and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
space.
ground. yeah.
And I get it. If you don't like pets, then go find somewhere else
That
where you
doesn't-
can live without pets. But you live in a building, you cannot control
Everything.
everything. That's
Mhm.
why we agree to live in a society. Some things are inconvenient, but I think people are very like are less and less like accepting of
Tolerable.
inconveniences. I think
Mhm.
we are taking society for granted. Like we don't get the idea that yeah, some things are gonna be inconvenient, but some things are more convenient in the long run.
I do
Yeah.
think it has to do with the fact that there's just too many of us. You know, we have to share with so many people, and it's simpler And I think even easier for the human brain to have a society in smaller groups. You know, a small town with just a small group of people. It makes them feel together. It makes this.
Careful, careful.
Oh, thank you,
Little
thank you.
town full of little people.
Oh yes.
What movie is that?
The Beauty and the
Beauty
Beast.
Yeah.
See, isn't that powerful? The music, like
Yes.
how like you can say 2 or 3 words,
Like that. Yeah.
and it's like boom, it takes you back.
3 notes, 2 notes could take you
Right.
back.
And now
Oh,
I
I
think
didn't
that
even,
there are
like,
like
pick my-
too many of us. And
Yes. No. Yes.
But yeah, I
Here's the teapot.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
There's an expression in English where it's like, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black?
Yes.
Where it's like somebody's saying like you do, and it's like you're being very hypocritical.
Yeah.
I think being hypocritical is very, very human.
Sure. I think
sure, yeah.
what you're saying about numbers, sure, like it's easier to maybe in
Maybe.
theory. I would, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think as long as we're like conscious
Yeah.
that we live in an agreement,
yeah.
I don't see like the problem with the number getting bigger or smaller. Like yes.
What are we talking about?
So in your opinion, this is kind of like going back to the question,
Money.
but if we are less tolerant, let's say, if we're accustomed to less tolerance in general, if we have lost the ability to tolerate minor inconvenience, and we were talking about how like the societal agreement is kind of maybe
Yeah, sure.
maybe fading.
Eroded, yeah, a little bit.
Eroded.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
But do you
sure.
think that that's kind of like a recent thing, or for example, you mentioned like an older, you mentioned like an older,
Older generation.
But do you think that that's kind of like because of our times, or because it's been always that way?
No, I think it has a lot to do with technology. I think we don't talk to each other as much as we used to, like not having third spaces, not like technology makes us, more, what's the word? Self,
Like
sufficient, I
yeah.
think. Like we get a lot of things done with technology instead of like humans.
right.
And I think that erodes a little bit of the social agreements or like constructs.
What do you
What the
think?
hiding
With,
behind?
what do you think?
Using technology like to
Right.
to
like, would you say that's
make
my
our lives
face?
more convenient, which
Right.
for sure. But I think, with it erodes the human connection a little bit.
Yeah. I think even if it's like not intentional.
Yeah, I don't think it's intentional.
I think this is why I'm always looking for an excuse to get people together, because I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, we need excuses
Mhm.
to be physically present.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
That's why I find a lot of value in religion, even though like I do not agree with like I think most of it.
Do you have a religion?
No, I don't. But I find a lot of value because that's an excuse for people to like meet
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
And
To form a
yeah,
community.
I can get behind
to
that.
find a community.
I can get
Yeah.
behind that. I
What do
mean,
you
some
think?
days I feel like the sense like I need to go
Yeah.
and have communion
Somewhere, right? Like
Yeah,
What do you think, David? Same question.
Can you repeat the question?
yeah, and say it clearly this time.
Your mic. Your mic. But
Your mic.
the question was if you think that
you're being censored.
this is like a thing with people nowadays, or it's always been the case that
You guys don't forget to like and
there's like
subscribe.
less tolerance with minor inconveniences.
Minor
I do
inconveniences.
believe we have grown in these new generations to be less tolerant with minor inconveniences, simply because we have so many ways of cutting corners nowadays
Mhm.
with online tools or like
Even you asked me for sugar. I was happy to get the sugar, but it was almost like a little exchange where I was like, it kind of felt like I was saying seriously, but it's like there's nothing wrong with getting sugar or even asking for it. But I was like, isn't that funny how like the smallest of things?
But you got angry because I requested sugar?
No, I
No,
didn't. I
but it
didn't.
could-
I'm so cognizant of like how we're all encoding and interpreting.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I hope it didn't think I was like, really?
Really?
But then, like that's totally normal. And I was like,
Well,
oh,
now I do.
well then now, no.
No, but yeah,
But I was thinking, okay, let me think ahead too, because like maybe he wants some milk too, you know. But there's nothing wrong with that at all. But my
Yeah,
point is just like
sure.
how I think Generation Z or whatever they call it, you know, I think Gen Z is more like afraid to like I like that you're confrontational. I think that's actually a good thing.
Mhm.
Because some people are afraid to even just like their entire movie premise is because a guy can't ask a girl on a date.
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
You know, at fashion.
yeah, of course.
And I'm like, how is that a premise? But it is now because it's like
Yeah.
totally plausible.
But back to the question again, and you have to also keep in mind that we need to reformulate what is now a minor inconvenience, because and the minor inconvenience now can be writing an email. I have to write an email to my coworkers, and I don't want to do it, so I ask ChatGPT to generate the email for me. And
or your email itself will do it now.
yeah, and I'm skipping that minor inconvenience, and I am shooting myself out of the human experience of sharing with others.
There's just so much work to go through and actually type the
No,
letter.
I don't think the
it's so
word. I don't think the work is in typing the letters.
Right.
I think the work is here, and that's what
100%.
people don't want to do. You don't want to sit and formulate
coherent
a
sentence.
coherent sentence in a gentlemanly. How do I say that?
In a gentlemanly way.
But it's not the word I'm looking
Like
for.
in a
In a
cordial.
institutional manner.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Because it's so much easier to just say, "Hey, Chad, I want to say this, and this. Can you make it sound professional?"
No, but have you noticed though that there's been like a wave? Okay, you guys don't forget to like and subscribe. But there's a real thing where people are actually adding in typos because they want people to know that their
That
emails
they
are written
didn't
by-
ChatGPT it. Yeah.
Yeah, because even
Yeah.
like Grammarly or these things that correct your
Yeah.
like, I would almost believe the most real email would just be like a bunch of gibberish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was
Like
Randy. He's
noted-
drunk.
Not a bad
Uncle
piece.
Randy, love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, and I do think like it has a lot
Yeah,
to
you're
do
right,
with
thinking.
and
But go on, sorry.
for sure that even that like thinking has been like commodified. Like, oh yeah, I don't have to think because I have this language
scary.
learning model that can think for me, and that's
And LLM starts for like I think it's large language. What is it? Large language model.
large language model.
LLMs, yeah.
LLM, yeah.
Long or large.
long.
You let us know if you know. But it's so true, and that's why I kind of like being over here and like not having a script necessarily. I'm like you can prompt me with a question,
Mhm.
but I do think like this idea of like critical thinking is going to go out the window.
And
Yeah.
With the kids.
And circling back to how that makes us more violent, if we don't know how to be polite in text messages, and we are requesting a machine to write that for us, how are we going to be polite when we are actually dealing with the external world?
100%. I feel like so many people are afraid of human interaction, just in general, like
I agree.
even like children, like among themselves.
Yeah.
Or like, do you have any friends that have kids?
Yeah.
Who are like 13, 12, 13?
No,
They're so,
Not that old.
they're
Not
so
yet.
scared. Like they're so scared. I mean, I have a nephew and he's always covering his head.
yes.
It's always like he won't show himself.
Why?
He's here in Mexico. And but it's because like his school, they all have to have the same haircut to prevent bullying.
Oh,
You gotta be kidding me.
No, it's real.
that's very dystopian.
That is
Wow.
Do you want some more water?
I had never
No,
heard
it's
of
okay.
that.
It's been a thing
I
for
mean,
years.
No, I don't
That-
mind going.
Yeah, I mean, they made me like cut my hair real short in like high school, but because of like religious things.
Now that you say it, I do feel bad for little Santiago. Santiago has to like shave his head.
sucks.
You're right. That I thought that was just normal in Mexico. Is that not normal?
I mean, it is normal for them
Not
to.
like
to ask you
not
to
like
keep
a
it
military
short.
cut, but, like it's
Yeah.
it's like super short.
Yeah,
It is
that was
normal.
normal for me when I was growing
I
up,
mean-
but because of like not in a public school or like it was a very like left,
Should I like go save
Le-
Santiago? Should we like have an
right wing like very Catholic like school, even though it wasn't.
right
yeah.
wing and how
Yeah. But yeah, the reason was not like to avoid bullying. That seems
Well,
I mean,
well,
that's-
they say it's for lice too. Like
that makes more sense.
the lice, those little.
Yeah,
It's they have. Do you want some more?
that makes more sense actually. But yeah,
Oh, is it too hot?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
That's the dilemma with tea. There's
I-
always something.
I don't know how it's nowadays because I haven't been to school in years. But back in my day, we used to cut our hairs because they
Yeah.
simply told us to.
Right. And you just followed. You just followed.
Yeah,
the rules.
but like you could style it, and they didn't order us to have all the same
Right.
hairstyle for bullying reasons.
well, okay.
They
So,
bullied you because you were fat or something normal,
but even that, should that be a thing? Should we be okay with that?
Not with bullying, no, of course not.
Well, like for example, like I made my first TikTok video, and it was like adding all these filters, and it was almost like it felt odd to not use a filter because it's like there's so many,
Mhm.
and you see other people's videos. I'm like,
Mhm.
surely You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But maybe you're right though. It's like I need to like dress up like a homeless person and crawl out of a dumpster.
Yeah,
That could
to
be my
make
act. But I also think that that's like if it's inherently performative. Do people make their things look worse, like by design? Has that crossed your mind?
And they probably do. Yeah.
Like if like maybe they have a good
Like,
really organized. Like you're out of the frame. You
For
like
example, I have seen people who host like shows, like what I did yesterday here, is talking in front of the camera about a
I had
topic,
hidden camera. We were live
and
all the time.
cool. And then like we would see the set, and it looks like a bedroom, but it's not a bedroom. Like if you were able to see the whole picture,
Oh, yeah.
it's just
Like
like a
design
set.
you got.
It's like a design set, but it looks like it's a guy talking in his room. You know.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the kettle? Sure.
Be sure to aim.
You got it. Okay. I used to joke. I was like, we're gonna install like buckets in the seats, so you can just go.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, why not? But no, it's like there was a show back in the '90s. It was called Clarissa Explains It All.
No, yeah, I'll watch it.
Yes, right. So that was her bedroom, and you remember that was like the first webcams.
Oh,
That was like 94,
yeah.
96.
I mean, but wasn't she like in a completely white background? Like I remember her
Yeah,
talking to the camera. Like
She had her bedroom. It was way before iCarly.
yeah,
It was like 20 years before iCarly.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I had Naked Night.
Yeah, but then I saw it live, like, but when it was first coming out, and it was like revolutionary. This idea, this girl having a confessional in her bedroom, and now that's like the dominant form of media. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like it's not even like social media anymore. That's just media, and I think we're still wrapping our heads around that because it's like to not be that you have to be Christopher Nolan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like you're just content now. You know, it's like swiping away from a movie clip. You know, and you're watching someone talking into the camera, and they're like, "You are enough," you know, whatever they're doing on TikTok. You know, I don't know what the algorithm feeds you. What does it feed you? Because I just joined it today. You guys, it's a big idea show. There's nothing on there yet other than me telling you.
You want to check it out? I'm gonna let my TikTok explain itself. It's gonna be better.
I'm scared.
You should be. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Okay, so you love dubbing. So it's
Dubbing stuff.
it's all dubbing.
That's actually me.
What is that? Oh, it's an ad.
Yeah, but it's actually my voice.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the other things I got.
That is so wild. Okay,
Yeah.
what do y'all think about these women on TikTok and
They
Instagram
didn't
who are just doing like subtly sensual things?
yeah.
They call it like coming up to the edge in China because in China like it's illegal to have any like thing that's explicit.
Okay.
Just
So in China they do a
sexual.
lot of that content where it's like coming right up to the edge.
Yeah, but
it's
not
edging. That's not
getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but like not crossing a line.
I've seen a channel of a girl. All she does is look at the camera and open her mouth as wide as she can. That's every video. And that's all she does. Sometimes she sticks her tongue out.
Like,
And that's all.
do you think she like plans that out? Like, does she like? Maybe did she like at 9 o'clock?
She must
I will
stretch
go,
all day.
Like, right? I'm like, what is she doing with the rest of the day?
She
What do you
must have like
what is
a
the
One of
content?
your
very strict stretching routine
Check
during
this
the
out.
day.
But is it kind of to test the male imagination?
It's very
It just gets her.
That's
Here we go again.
She
Oh
she
my
has
God.
dialogue.
Well, at least they're real girls,
Yeah.
right?
I hope
Because
so.
their stuff. Oh, well, that's a good point. Like we can only.
Check it
hope.
out.
Oh
Go for
my
it. Go
gosh.
for it, buddy. Just her face.
Oh my goodness.
And they're not really doing anything. You know what I mean? It's just her face and
No, but it
saying,
makes it feel like so like
Yeah.
interactive, like she's right there because the way she's kind of
like she's
looking.
talking to you.
It's
That
intimate.
scares me though. Like all of it scares me. I'm not saying that it's unique to the male experience or because like right now what's exploding with women's media is romanticy. These
Mhm.
female like
Mhm.
these literature, these things that are basically very very sensual. I would say.
Mhm.
You guys don't forget to like and subscribe. But it's like literally I heard a publisher tell me it has to be one hand reading.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
It's funny.
But I'm like, because we kind of like we're in this phase where because women for them to get there emotionally, they need to have, you can't just show up with the pizza and be like,
Yeah.
let's do it. It has
Have
to be
stakes
they need
and
to
yeah.
understand the mechanics of how they got there. It doesn't have to be too crazy, but they need mechanics. They need to know
Mhm.
like, like, okay, like he did something for me, and then he feels something for me, and I'm special for a certain reason
Yeah.
to him, right? Those different things, that's real.
Yeah. Very
But
Twilight.
don't you? Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Twilight
Mhm.
was, and then
A
50
Hate
Shades
for
of
a
Grey was
Reason,
Twilight
yeah.
fan fiction.
Mhm.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Off
I've
topic,
seen everything come
but-
full circle.
but have
Right?
you-
Everything is turned into fan fiction, and it's
Yeah.
all
You've heard about the butterfly effect. I'm sure you've heard this one. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
And the movie is great. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
So, no, but you know that the idea of the butterfly effect.
yeah, it's
so
like chaos theory.
there's a theory that says that the butterfly effects gave us the movies 50 Shades of Grey
Yeah,
from 9/11. You've heard this one?
I think I have
I've seen like a
because
Yeah.
graph on the internet. about
The
this.
vocalist for, I'm not sure if it's Nirvana or one of those, but he
Yeah, I saw
writes a
this.
song
right,
because he witnessed the 9/11 as it
right,
occurred.
which inspired
He inspired him to write like a specific song
Mhm.
that inspired the writer of Twilight.
right,
That then inspired 50 Shades of Grey.
right.
So it's sort of like a little butterfly effect.
No, that's very real, and it makes you wonder, like, what would that look like?
Mhm.
It's very true. And Mario and I
So,
talk a lot
yeah.
about like how everything is like reductive, or or derivative. So
Yeah.
like, if something's reductive, it means it's like it's worse than the original. But derivative means it's like it's from the original, but doesn't necessarily have to be worse than. It can be in theory better than, but derivative just means like, even our language is derivative, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
So I
From Latin.
well, Latin and German and
They all come from Latin. German, English, Spanish.
I mean maybe I don't know.
They do.
I mean, didn't the Norse have their like runes and things because they were conquered by the Romans?
No.
But they had their own language for a while. It was like a Norse language, like a Germanic language.
Okay.
So it is a thing. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. David,
Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right. I was talking to David yesterday. I'm like, David, what do I do? And basically, right? And you were like, pretty girls.
Yeah.
You were like, have a pretty girl in here.
Yeah, have a pretty girl in
And
here.
I'm like, that's so real.
Incoming. Pretty girls incoming.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, they're just here, guys.
guys here, bring them on in.
Na, na,
Wouldn't
na,
that be, start
na.
coming out of a clown car, just like nonstop. Wouldn't that be funny? All right, next question. That's funny.
It would be funny, yeah.
The butterfly effect is fascinating, but in some ways it kind of feels scary too, because you want to do good. You want to like start a chain, pay it forward, right? You want to start a good butterfly effect,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, you don't really know how that ripple, what it's gonna turn into, right?
Yeah.
So I try to be nice to
Impossible
people.
to know. Yeah.
Or if someone tries to be like, have you ever had to shut down someone being nasty with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
In my
It's like a real skill.
Yeah. Sarah
It's like they come
Silverman
at you
talks about
sideways,
this.
and you
Yeah.
have to like be like,
Yeah.
I want you to be comfortable. If there's
Yeah.
anything you know what I mean? That's a real like thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm like, why do I have to have this skill?
But I mean, it's very convenient to have it. Yeah.
But
For
also
me.
some people it pisses them off because they want to be in.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That
And I think
when you don't
someone's
engage
sure-
with rage, it makes them more angry. Yeah.
Well, there's like rage bait too.
Mhm.
There's that thing. All right.
That's the whole internet. right now.
Right. So now that we're talking about this, I will also like to cover phones in the church space. I think that we all have seen like somebody or someone on the bus or whatever watching videos without headphones or
Oh, a
taking
video without headphones?
Yeah.
like a
Oh, I feel like
Full-
I can be that person. I'm not that person, but I feel like I have
This
been.
is real. I mean, I am that person.
Own it. Own it.
And I do not mind.
Let it wash over you. Well, there was some of that today because I was like looking at the
Yeah.
TikTok.
or
That
scrolling
TikTok.
or
Yeah.
scrolling while another person is speaking, or using a phone at the theater, or recording strangers instead of helping them. Are all those things for you like related to the idea of church space? I think the question is more like, do people still understand the idea of church space? Do you think that this
It's a good question.
creates
Yeah.
this affects the
Mhm.
experience of shared space? Shared space would be like the idea of the
Being conscious. Of
yeah, like
the other.
the communal space that we
Uh-huh.
share, like a bus, the theater, the parks. So do you think that we have lost or misunderstood the idea of shared space?
For sure.
I would argue that it's the devices.
I
That's the main thing. That's the main culprit.
I think it comes from maturity. Like you grow and understand why you need to help the old
Tell us,
lady who
Professor
fall
David.
from the stairs instead of filming her. One, because you're probably getting older, closer in age to her, and you understand that it will be you someday. As a young kid or as a young teenager, you're so detached, especially nowadays, you're so detached from everyone else.
That's so real.
You see like a person falling, and the first thing the young man is going to do is film it because this is good content that I can then upload. and have
Really?
views. Absolutely. That is a real mindset.
Oh my gosh.
How do you think all this fun videos of people falling
I
come to be?
assume it's
Because
all,
someone decided to not help and film the poor person, you know?
that's so devastating.
So I do think that comes with age, that comes with maturity,
Yeah.
that you learn, hey, this is immature. I'm going to go help my fellow person.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now
I
with the
mean-
meta glasses, you can help them and record.
Yeah. I don't
You can
think
help them and have content.
Yeah. The first will improv. Yes, and yes, I will record you. And that's
and I
crazy,
will
though.
make a lot of like views. Yeah, I don't think measuring comes necessarily with age.
Okay.
But I do think like I think modern society / capitalism rewards selfish behavior. Like we're like trained to think like, yes, you have to make it for yourself and no one else should help you. And like, yeah, you are what matters. And
That's
sure that, I mean, personal growth is great, but I think, yeah, we have lost all of this value that society has that can bring us
Mario.
like, yeah.
Do you remember when we were walking to the comedy club?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said when we were crossing the street? Like,
The-
we were crossing the
yeah.
street, and like I just like, I mean, I'm not like, I'm predicting, but I was like, they're gonna have to get rid of money.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna
I
have
would
to get
agree.
rid of it
I could agree.
because people are willing to do anything for it,
For it,
like
yeah.
anything.
Mhm.
And I was just because you see people, and it's like it's like the old
Mhm.
lady getting mugged on the street, or
I
or
agree.
just craziness.
Mhm.
But it's just like society as a whole. It's like we will rip each other apart if
Yeah.
we do not.
Because of an invented thing.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's also becoming an increasingly desperate situation.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's like it's not even sustainable at this point. Like
No,
it's like a
I
joke
agree.
to even pretend that it's even sustainable.
I
Yeah,
agree,
but
I agree.
and I'm pretty sure every single person who likes to think has thought of this. But what do we replace it with? How do we keep
Trade
Star
and
Trek.
like
Bring in Star Trek.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
but we
start
don't have
like
that. I would love to have
I
that.
know.
we start putting value in like knowledge and passing around knowledge and like
Yeah, but let's get to the real stuff. How do you get people to go and work if you are not going to reward them or make them feel like what they
do
did?
we have to work? Do we all have to work?
I think that's a good.
I
That's a
do.
real
I
debate.
do think that if we are in a society, because I've made 100 mind experiments of this,
Yeah.
where we don't have an exchange token or
Yeah, like a token or
Uh-huh.
like a
or
currency.
whatever, and it's just everyone
credits.
has to keep doing their jobs so that everyone keeps working, so that everything keeps working the same way. You won't get paid, but you also won't have to spend a dime. Everything will be for free as long as you keep doing what you're supposed to. But sadly, it won't work.
It won't. Yeah,
It
you're right,
won't.
'cause that in itself sounds dystopian.
It's simply there will be some smart guy who will be like, why should I?
I'll hack this system.
There will always be that guy.
Right,
Well,
but,
that's
but
sure.
it's the system, right? It's like hate the player, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Hate the game.
Type of
I
thing.
think that's very real. That's why I don't
Yeah.
like. I try not to take it like on people who are angry and violent. Like I get it. Like
Right.
it is a
it's
very
rigged
desperate
against you, right?
situation. Yeah.
No, it is, and that's
Yeah.
why it's like. But I think that's why, like, going back to the topic of
Mm-hmm.
why people feel more angry is because
Mhm.
it's about the social contract. It's
For
like
sure.
it feels like not only is the social
It's not
contract
worth
broken on
it.
an individual level,
No,
but it's because people are angry about actually this bigger thing that's occurring, that's
I
like
think so.
transpiring.
I
and
think
then
so.
again, there are works that people simply don't want to do.
Yeah.
But we need people to
Jobs.
work the soil. We need people to
Yeah.
carry heavy stuff. We need that, and
That's
no one
the-
wants to do it.
That's
I mean-
one of the theories of like
Mhm.
moneyless society where automation or artificial intelligence and a resource-based economic model could solve all those issues and therefore have like a society without the need of currency.
I agree. Like that's why I don't like AI being used for like
What do you
creative jobs. Like I think we should use it to automate stuff that makes us like create that gives us free time so we humans can create art and stuff.
Yeah, but sadly, and I don't think if there was a way around it, I would go for it, but I don't think there is. I'm all pro progress. I would love to have,
progress.
For example, I am completely in favor of the AI becoming the AI.
Like the TikTok.
Yeah.
The AI, I don't know.
If I can say the TikTok.
Yeah.
The
for
AI.
sure.
They are bullying me.
No.
So the DAI, I would like it to be as
profound.
smart as we can possibly make it. Help us discover the secrets of the galaxy. Helps us have robots that can do the work, like soil the earth, carry heavy stuff, drive for you,
Oh my god.
all that stuff. But for
So
that
much
to
heavy
happen, so much people is going to die of hunger because they are going to replace the work that is being done by those who need it the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sadly, in order to get there, we just have to do it. But that does imply, like with every industrial revolution, and many people is going to lose their job. Many people is going to die of hunger.
Right.
Many people are going to die in the streets. And then whoever remains, maybe we can start talking about building a society with no money where robots, the AI does all the work. But we are going to have to have the ugly parts of it first.
Yeah, I think you make a really, really, really valid point.
And it's sad because no one wants to die or
absolutely
lose their jobs.
Well, I think that's it's kind of like the revolution is coming, and it is. There's kind of like a mental preparedness. So you're kind of like, okay, yes, that's coming. It's around the way. He says, yesterday I walked and I saw the biggest weed ever. It drank something, and then it took my window out.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Officer Matthews, what are you saying? Do you know what he's saying?
Can you expand on that?
Past is nuts.
I think
When I looked out my window, no, it's there. 2 weeds.
I even posted it.
Officer Matthew, what are you saying?
Just weed ever. Drink something. The weed drink something. Were you on weed? was that weed in a joint and were you smoking it?
That was my first thought. Officer Matthew thinks, he says, I know the biggest plant is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And how did the plant drink water?
Yeah, are they using AI to mutate plants? I mean, at this point, nothing would surprise me.
I mean, Monsanto, I'm sure is like trying something with AI at this point.
Well, I think you're right, like about the kind of like yeah. Well, but do we just kind of just like, it's like like we're on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, what do we
just
do?
like
We
going through?
give up and
I think there's some joy in like talking about it, even though it's kind of like something's gonna happen.
I think we have to
just
talk
kind of
about
talking
it.
about it
Yeah.
and discussing it,
Yeah.
so that maybe we can have some slight say
Yeah.
in what it looks like,
For sure.
even if it's like the tiniest thing, like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start a revolution by
Just
flapping
talking,
your
like,
wings.
What happened to the art of even talking about stuff? I mean, have you noticed people?
Yeah, because
talking
people
about shit?
just want to have like discussions and not just like talks. Like the internet is very discussion like based, like fight and rage based.
But they're not actually saying anything.
But you're not getting to a point and a discussion. Like, if you're talking about it, maybe you
We
can.
should both leave it.
Yeah.
We evolved, more evolved. Ideally.
Yeah,
Ideally.
we should. Yeah, we should be.
right.
Myers like, that had nothing to do with what I said, but okay.
Well,
You guys are way off topic.
No, I think we covered it.
but
yeah, violence is bad. Do love and peace.
I don't
And
think
subscribe.
violence is bad necessarily.
How
don't
is
think-
violence not bad, dude?
I think if you're using violence to protect against like a threat,
Yeah, but then
like against like an animal.
But-
uh,
you're convincing.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't put
So
like
true.
a judgment value on violence. I just think we are inherently violent.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, if you're, of course, from an animal or something like that, I guess.
Or like an evil person who is evil, sure. Like,
yeah, but again,
protect
you
yourself.
can make the argument that who is being violent first? The evil guy, right? They're just protecting.
I don't
Maybe he's
I don't
maybe
care
violent.
about
I get
who's
what he's saying.
violent
It's like it
first.
can be,
I
but
think we're all
violence
violent
Isn't of itself not
inherently.
necessarily inherently
Yeah.
evil or bad.
Yeah, I
or
don't
wrong.
put a value judgment on it.
Now, do you think that social media has also rewarded the cruelest output?
I'm not
Ah.
sure.
Has
cruel-
social media rewarded the
I
cruelest
have
out-
seen social media destroy
It should be
someone's
anti-social media.
reputation
Mhm.
for not being in
Hmm.
the right, quote unquote, right side of things.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we enjoy that.
It's
As
kind of like a
taking someone down.
Mhm.
I don't-
It's so sad.
Picking up a bad guy and saying he
Yeah.
is the ultimate bad guy I ever want
which
to get.
Oh, like even a
ultimately
good
is
guy.
kind of like going against it by using violence as well, right? So it's like,
What?
Thank you, Officer.
I mean, it's kind of like going back to the bad guy and pointing at
Right,
it,
right.
and like making him feel miserable and things like that. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
that's
I
kind of
just-
also like
Go on.
promoting violence in a way too. I'm not saying
Right.
right.
Well,
Yes,
this
I
latest
agree.
video from Ariana,
Uh-huh.
I would like
Recommend it?
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I was after that came out, all the talk about
Mhm.
her stepping away from the public
Yeah, yeah.
eye. But I also think that's like the comments made me kind of sad, but I also kind of understood.
Sure.
But it was like I don't know how to interact with that.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
I'm just like living it.
It's like
there,
you're
like,
afraid
as
of
a
being here,
fan.
10-foot pole.
Yeah. I don't know how to interact with that either. Like,
Because it's like on some level, I guess it's like you feel for you feel
For
the
her,
person.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
Because it's but then sometimes it's like people are coming from a place of care,
Yeah.
and you're like, dang,
Like, I get it. Like,
You sound distant, buddy.
do I sound distant?
Yeah.
It's
Here,
on.
I'm here.
It is on.
Don't you want me? I made all these videos. I went to my little hometown like 8 years ago, and I made all these little videos from all the little town, like all the little businesses,
Mhm.
just to like promote their business. And I did it all
Nice.
to like 80s songs. And so my mom like went on Facebook, she's like, make this public. And I was like, oh yeah. And so I went and I made them all public. But there are all these little videos, and they're all like hits from the 80s,
Uh-huh.
and like promoting the businesses.
that's
The
cool.
world has changed so much. It's like most of them are gone. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, the people are still there,
Okay, that's
But it was like I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I had this whole campaign to like save my little hometown.
and
So 8
How-
years ago,
yeah.
yeah,
Now the world has changed. though, like,
it's
in 8
changed
years.
so much.
In 8 years.
Like,
Yeah.
in 8 years is like eternity.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, who did that?
Yeah.
You did. I'm like, right, I did. I'm like, and I used to have them all like choreographed and like dancing in the street, and I was like, so
That's very
communi-
cool.
It was so community
Yeah.
driven.
Yes.
I'm
I
not
love
saying
that.
like, oh, because my mom
Yeah.
would like share that, and I'm like, oh yeah,
You should have
I should do
shared
that,
this
yeah.
like 8 years ago.
Yeah, but it was but it reminds me of like that was. I feel like if someone came in, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do a video," they're like, "Get the heck out of here!"
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
So I think like the 2020s is like something next level.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if I love it. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
there's some things that have come with it, but I also think I don't know if it's like there wasn't live streaming available even in the like early 2000s.
Yes.
That's a
Like,
good
who
question.
explains it all. I
I
mean, that was in
believe
the
live
90s.
streams begin like for regular people like 2010,
Yeah.
2009,
2010.
2009.
Yeah.
Okay. Oof.
But I remember when we first did our first one, I was like, I would never do that.
Yeah. I
But
was
it's like,
what
oh
the
no,
point?
it makes total sense because you don't have to go back and spend all this time editing it and putting it
Mhm.
together.
And
And then
you
like, oh
officer
no, I
Matthews.
think I look or this, that, the other.
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing the first influencers. We didn't call them
You guys don't
influencers
forget to
back
like
then.
and subscribe.
Having like their live streams in and now X, back Twitter
Mhm.
before. And yeah, I remember actually spending a lot of time just watching the people I followed in their lives because it made me feel like I was somehow part of their lives.
Absolutely. I mean, that's real. Like for the Keep PPS is here. He says,
Yeah, what movies?
Wild Reads sounded familiar.
He was asking for movie recommendations.
Yeah, I heard Supergirl was good, and it just hit
Who told you that?
someone yesterday. Like the
That's such a naive thing to say, though. I mean, because I feel like maybe I'm so cynical,
yeah,
you know?
like, and I wanted to see it in theaters. I just like didn't have the time, and he was like telling me that, oh no, it was good, and I'm like, oh yeah, then I'm gonna like watch it
I'm
because
sure-
it's
I'm
now
sure it
like
has its
available
things. Yeah.
on.
I think
Is it now
Online.
as of today?
I think so, or like this week. I'm not sure. I may be
Beyond,
wrong.
Like, what, available?
Yeah, HBO Max.
But
Or Max.
Okay, got it.
when I just saw the invite
Whatever it
too,
is.
I recommend that. But that I think that's only playing on theaters.
Catalina Island. They're there for 5 days. Nice. No cell reception. What movies should I download before I leave?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what movies are available
Back to the
right now.
Future,
Yeah, go,
part
go,
1,
go
part
back
2,
in
part
time.
3.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, Back to the
Um,
Future.
Nolan
I heard
Batman
it was
movies.
good, but I don't know.
You've never
The-
seen Back
the
to the
Dark-
Future?
No, it's Supergirl. Someone's asking Supergirl, really? I'm not sure.
I do think there's like some collective hateration on.
I think there was backlash, like
Yeah,
when
I
it was
think
playing on
we do go
theaters,
too
but
far
yeah.
as a culture with that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But so they're just being cheeky. So do you know the term cheeky?
Yes.
It's like you're kind of just
When
being
you have a
playful.
lot of cheats.
teasing.
Well, it's like being playful. It's like
yeah.
I don't really mean it. I'm just being cheeky.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Okay.
just kind of like playing along, you know.
Okay.
I'm making like a joke.
Okay.
So it's like what was the equivalent being? Like
El chiste,
ironic
chiste.
or even
Just-
satirical?
Estoy jugando.
Yeah, I'm just
Es
playing.
broma.
Right. But it's like a fancy way of saying like I'm playing.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. Yeah, juguetón. That's a good
Yeah.
one. But I think going back to the 90s, my favorite movies are probably from the 90s and the early 2000s. Like
There were
one
a
of my
lot
favorite
of-
movies is AI of all things, if you can believe
Hey,
it.
I love that too. That movie
It's
made me
because it's
cry
so,
a lot
like,
when I
it's
was
so-
a kid.
It's not. I would say it's not a feel good movie for sure.
No,
it's so,
the ending's
it's so dystopian, but at the same time, it's like it feels so
Yeah.
like
I've
It's
never
on the
seen
money.
the full movie.
there's like
it's
lists,
great.
and it's like movies that will make you cry, movies that
Yeah,
will,
I
and it was like
cried a
movies that
lot.
will make you that will destroy you. That's like the movie on that list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that movie like made me have nightmares, like as a kid.
I
Nightmares
had
that I
panic
remember
attack
to
in the
this day.
theaters.
Yeah.
I had a panic attack in the movie theater
Mm,
when I saw it.
that makes sense to me.
My friend was sitting to my right, and I broke my sandal, my foot so fast.
Yeah.
The movie was giving, but the reason I like it is
And you wanted to
because-
watch this movie.
well,
You recommended
I mean, it
it.
well,
moves
it's
you.
because it plays with all
Yeah,
of your
Emotions.
all of your emotions
Yeah.
and the most twisted
It's
way.
very
But
moving,
On some
yeah.
level, it's like that's what filmmaking is for.
Yeah. That's.
But it's so twisted. It's
Mm-hmm.
so twisted. I mean, it's Steven Spielberg. I mean, he did Minority Report.
Mhm.
You know,
But
he
you
did-
know, it is Steven Spielberg. But you know why Spielberg directed it? Yeah, you know the story of the movie, like
Tell me.
production wise. So Stanley Kubrick
Mhm.
Kubrick was supposed to direct that film, and he was involved in the
I've heard
process
this.
of it,
Yeah.
and then he died.
who?
Stanley
Stanley
Kubrick, dude,
Kubrick.
2001.
I'm literally listening to a book every single night on Stanley.
Kubrick,
Yeah, but you're throwing me off while you're saying it.
Kubrick, Kubrick. I mean, if I were speaking Spanish, I would say Stanley Kubrick. Does that
Yeah,
work?
but I'm
Does that ring
literally,
a bell?
literally look at this.
So he did
Look at
2001.
this.
He did
I'm literally look Stanley Kubrick.
yeah,
That's literally what I'm listening to.
Kubrick. That's cool.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So I'm like his whole entire life.
They did this other one that I also
Oh.
really like, The Shining, of course. Yeah, classic. Well, so he was gonna direct this AI
Yeah.
movie, and I'm pretty sure
blowing my
most of pre-production was already ready
Okay.
when he died. So Steven Spielberg wanted to finish the movie, but he didn't want it to direct it using his style. He wanted to pay homage and direct it in a way he thought
The way
Stanley
would have done
would
it.
direct it. So what we are looking when we will see that movie is
Spielberg's
Spielberg's
okay,
version of a Kubrick movie.
right?
You know, that's
Yeah.
why it is kind of different from what he usually does. The visual style, the idea, the theme.
Right.
It's something that probably Kubrick would have been more interested in.
This book talks a lot about his day to day, and that's a really good story. I'm glad you told me that. But
You're welcome.
yeah,
What's that book
This-
called?
it's called Kubrick. But it just, I guess, you get a word in your head and someone says it like it's just slightly different, especially when there's like a vowel.
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing.
So how do you say it?
Kubrick.
Kubrick?
You probably said it fine. It's probably just like the slightest thing. It's like, it's Stanley Kubrick. But he was very like, neurotic, which makes sense,
Yeah.
but he was calling Spielberg a lot.
Yeah. He
like,
famously made the actors in The Shining make like 127 takes for one
Yeah,
shot.
They say he would. The story is that he was really mean to Shelley Duvall.
Shelley
Shelley
Duvall. Yeah.
Duvall.
Do you know what she did? She did this thing called the fairy tale theater. So
Yes,
and-
I love. Yeah,
Isn't that
I've never
great?
seen it, but I've seen clips
Oh,
online, and
it's
it
so
looked
magical.
like
She did this thing where she's promoting like childhood literacy with
Yeah.
like, fairy tales.
Yeah.
It was.
It was called the Fairy Tale Theater.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Hi, I'm Shelley
Mhm.
Duvall, and this is the."
Yeah.
But it was so.
There's
like,
super cuts of like
Yeah.
every intro of her. Like,
Yeah.
it's great.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Great, yeah.
Keith.
Let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
it's so
80s
magical. It's so
fantasy,
80s.
like,
like
films.
the 80s.
Yeah. We're great.
Okay, next. Keep
Um,
CVS. It says there's a meteor shower. Oh, that's right. There's a meteor shower
When?
Wednesday night. I thought it was
Wednesday.
tonight.
But
What day is it today?
when
I guess
will
it's
it
between the
be?
11th and the 12th.
Where can it be seen from? Can I see it here from Mexico with my pollution?
I don't know. I saw
don't
a video on
think so.
TikTok
Okay.
today.
That TikTok.
Did meteor showers ever scare you? I'm always scared like something big is gonna come through.
Damn. Now
I'm like,
I'm scared.
No, that would be good.
So the next question would be, do you guys think that why do people speak online in ways they never would in person? Like,
I'm
what
sorry,
is being
come again?
online?
Why do people speak it like online in ways that they never would in person?
Anonymity. Yeah. No.
because they
no.
can.
I think if people get like big balls or whatever, what is it called? They have like they feel like they can say things, whereas if they were standing right in front of the person.
Yeah.
I remember the internet was relatively new, and I remember celebrities saying, "Would you come to my front door and tell me that?"
Say that.
But
yeah.
guys,
Wow.
I don't think this phenomena comes exclusively from social media. Like,
I think
let's
you're right.
let's think about cars.
Or driving by and yelling at
Yeah,
you?
like how many? Like we are yelling at each other, calling each other horrible stuff while we're in the safety of our car. But how those two people like face to face?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really think they're just gonna tell those horrible things to each other?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm
Having
not gonna
no
say
consequence.
Exactly what I said, but one time I was at a drive-through, and this guy was like, "Move your car,"
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I literally just went off on him, and I literally scared him, and he said, "You know what?" And he just like drove off.
You're good.
I scared the crap out of him.
Don't move it. You're fine.
No, I was like, oh my gosh, I had that guy questioning humanity.
Yeah.
I was just like saying, like, I was like, telling him what I was gonna do to him. But I scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget that. But I was like, don't do that again, Brent. Bad. You
Yeah.
know.
Oh.
But I think you're right. That's a good example, like cars. But I also think you can see the person. Yeah. All right, Davidson, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
I was trying to be subtle about
No,
it.
you're
but-
good. You're good. No, you're good.
But you want to take this outside?
Yeah. There are no the repercussions. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing.
But do you guys?
Yeah, no repercussions.
This is relevant to the previous things that you were mentioning. But can a society survive when everyone assumes everyone else is malicious?
I don't think so. That's
When
why
everyone
I
assumes
try to be
everyone else is what?
malicious,
Malicious.
like bad faith.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that
That's why I try to stay optimistic because I think that's the danger.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer by proposing a thought experiment
yeah.
with my two co-hosts.
Yeah.
Let's say-
I know you have to go, so you can go to this. We may go a little bit longer.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. If you,
yeah.
what would you do in this situation? So let's say you are part of an experiment with 10 other people.
Okay.
And the instructions are as follow. You have a green button and a blue button. And they
Okay.
tell you as follows. If you press the blue button and everyone else presses the blue button, you all walk out of here alive.
Okay.
If someone, even just one, presses the green button, only those who press the green button get out alive,
Mhm.
and those who press the blue button die. So one more time. Everyone presses the blue button, everyone live.
That's a thought trap.
If only one person presses, or however person presses,
That person lives.
but if one or more
There's
press
like,
the
"Don't
green
do this
button,
to me."
only green person survives.
Oh
So-
God.
Which button would you press?
I mean, I think Danny and I would push the blue button
I think so. Okay.
because we'd have the faith that everyone else is pushing the blue button.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I get it. It's because it's kind of like saying,
Do you
They-
trust everyone else to push the?
well, isn't it the same thing? It's the same logic. If everyone pushes the green button,
They all survive also.
right? So in a way,
That is true.
it's the way you
But
frame the
you would
question.
be, probably killing someone who didn't by choosing to press the green button.
Well, I think it's like the person who's running the experiment, the way they present it has so much
Yeah.
to do with it. Because it's,
Okay.
you know
And
what
I-
I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like the way you frame. That's why framing is such an important aspect of any type.
Mhm, mhm.
Like it's crazy. You guys don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
But whenever you're framing a story, it's like you can make someone look good or bad
Exactly.
from the jump, like from the
I
very
think so
beginning.
too.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
the way you said it, I'm like, okay, well, let's flip that last one.
Mhm.
Like, but if you all push the green button, you all
Yeah, we all
but
walk
if
out.
you-
Like
but-
there's
so-
no
so
need
basically,
to.
basically, you're saying if you push the blue button, you will probably die.
Only if everyone else is presses or someone else presses the
Right,
green
only
button.
one person has to. So I'm just saying you can change the.
And
way
there's
you
no need
describe
for
the question.
anyone to press it because
It's
yeah.
the same, like the same,
The same premise, yeah.
Right.
So are
So-
you sure you would press blue?
No, I guess into that experiment, we would all press green because it's the same difference.
I don't think a green.
Everybody pushes green because if everyone pushes green, we all get
But
out
you
alive.
can't know if everyone else will press green, and you may be killing a person by choosing to press green.
Well, then, right. So the thought experiment, I guess what you're saying is that you like there's an assumption that people can't select in their own best
Mhm.
interest,
Mhm.
right?
The thing is
Bad
that
idea.
you don't know. That's
Right.
that's at the end of the day, it's
Because
just
if you're taking
you-
someone's life, they're taking your own. That's if you push the blue button, like wouldn't it be do just as much harm in terms of because you don't know.
But if everyone presses the blue button, then no one attempted to kill anyone, and we all survived.
Right. But I think it's the way you frame it because you're like, but if you all push green, you all get out of here alive.
Yeah, if you all press the
But
same
if
button,
no- if any-
green
if
or
any of you
blue,
choose not to
everyone
push
leaves.
green, I think you have to
It's up
add a
green.
reward in there, like another reward.
I guess survival is the reward.
Right. But they've done
I've seen like
experiments
thought
where-
experiments with this, like
Yeah, something like
when
that.
you get like a reward, it's not like
back on the-
about surviving, yeah, and
This is
yeah,
good, that's a good experiment.
I've played it like in a in a
Oh,
live
we
setting.
got $10 from
Hey,
Keith
thanks, Keith
Anyhouse.
Phoebe House. Thanks. So
Thank
there's
you,
no
Keith.
Mario.
Thank you very much.
Mario is here.
Yeah.
He's not on screen. No, he has a camera on
Yeah.
him, but
Put
he
yourself
chooses
in there,
not
buddy.
to broadcast himself. Yeah.
But thank you so much, Kid TV House.
Yes.
So, any other questions?
Yeah,
before
I mean,
go?
So good. As I press the button.
here's Otto. But can I mean, yes. What would be your answer, David? Can a society survive when everyone is like not trusting everybody else? Because there's,
Can it? I mean,
let's imagine
we
that
just
there.
made a point in here that if everyone chooses not to trust anyone, everyone chooses green button, then yeah, I mean, we all survive because we are all fearful of
Keith.
each other, therefore not messing with each other.
So in that way, we all are like optimistic, right?
I would like to think so. What do you think?
I think it's in our best interest to be optimistic and
although I think
trust
I think yes, it would be.
systematically. Like I know that there are bad people, but systematically, I think it's in our best interest
Here's how I
to do so.
think, at least, and I'm just going to speak
Thank
for
you, Keith.
myself to live my life. I'm sure you've both heard the two wolves theory. We all have two wolves inside fighting. The
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
It's like, who's gonna win?
Who's gonna
Wolf is
win?
gonna win.
Here's
Sure.
how I
The-
truly
the one that
Your
feed,
camera on?
the one that you feed is the one
yeah,
that
it's on.
here's how I truly live my life. Sometimes life is going to present the opportunity to you to do wrong,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's going to present to you the opportunity to do good,
Mhm.
and sometimes, for whatever reason, you are going to choose the wrong option.
Mhm.
Maybe because you want to get revenge at someone. Maybe because you just want to get that
I
little
never, okay, so
pleasure from.
revenge. There's no pleasure in revenge.
You think so?
There's no pleasure in revenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise you.
I do
When you
believe
take the moment to have revenge, I promise you, it'll be the
Yeah.
worst thing you've ever done.
I mean, I've never had revenge,
I
but
promise you, no, don't.
what have
don't.
you done, Brent?
Listen, they'll never find that guy, but he deserved it.
No, what I'm trying to say is,
God, what-
there are moments in
He
life
got
when
what's coming.
when
What's
you will be
coming, right.
presented with the opportunity to do wrong, and
Right.
sometimes it's because it's simply fun or for whatever stupid reason.
Well, I think
And
when-
it's
I know you scare me. Now.
and as humans,
Mhm.
we are bound to sometimes make the wrong decision and sometimes make the right decision. I try to live my life by accepting that sometimes I'm going to do wrong, and that's okay, but that I will try as much as I can
Mhm.
to take every opportunity to do good when presented to me.
Sure.
Just to counter fit the other times,
Yeah.
the other times that I will choose, to be the bad person.
Well, I think if you're conscious and in cognizant, like everything that's presented to you, I do think that you get to a stage where like you understand the game a little bit better. I do think the AI, everything is changing the game for sure. But I think that the only thing is you can't be win-lose. You know, have you heard the thing called the zero-sum game?
I agree. I agree.
Like if you go into I don't think of any situation as a win-lose.
I agree.
Like I don't think that. And the minute I stopped thinking that, like my life got a lot better because everything can be win-win.
Exactly.
It really, yes, 100%.
Everything.
I think so. There's compromise.
Right,
you can meet in the
for
middle.
example, like my family's like really they need help right now. But these super chats, they're not. I can make it go to me if I wanted to.
Yeah.
They're going to Jimmy. They're going to my nephew,
Directly.
but they need it.
Yeah.
So something cosmically, you know, that's so it's like because it's like locked for like the next 30 days. But I'm like because it's a new account, relatively new. But I'm like that's good because they need it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I do think that you can go into situations and they can be win-win.
Mm.
And I think if you think that way and you force yourself to believe that, then every single thing that you experience will actually become a win-win.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a win, ends up being a win for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if you go into it, thinking that someone's going to win or lose, it'll backfire on you.
Yeah.
Like the universe will backfire on you in the worst ways. It really will. So I would say, like, don't ever go into something thinking that, like, it's like a zero.
It's either or.
Or. Yeah. Because what happens is cosmically, it comes back and gets you back.
That's why I'm thinking. I believe. I'm not sure if I believe personally in karma. You know, I'm a scientifically driven person.
It'll come out.
Again, of course, I don't have to believe it for it to be real, for sure. But what I'm trying to say, as humans, we are sometimes going to do something. We're going to be bad in some. You know, I'm sure you've been the bad person in someone else's story.
I don't like to, again, put value judgment on stuff like that. Like I do think that we all try to act in our best interest. I think
that's a great way to put it.
I think if we get a little perspective and start trying to act in all of our best interests, that's what a win-win is for me. Yeah.
Sure.
So I don't like, that's why I don't have a religion. I don't like to think about like good or bad necessarily. Like I think that doesn't like help me.
It's like the Sanskrit. It's like the oldest thing. It's like life is what you make it. And I know that may sound easy, but I mean, I've been in the most dire of circumstances. I mean, I will tell you, like fucking horrible. And like the only way out was through it. But it's like you telegraph what you want your life to be.
Yeah.
Like you project it outwards. You know what I mean? So even if it's the cheesiest thing or it's something goofy or if it's something big, it's like you have to like manifest it.
Yeah.
And even if it's hard, like it's supposed to be hard in some ways.
And I want to go back to what Brent said about like framing. I'm sure I've multiple times been the bad guy in someone else's story, but I don't. That doesn't. It doesn't help
you didn't go
me
into
to
it.
think.
To be the villain.
For sure.
I have a question
But
for you.
I don't care to think about that. Like that doesn't serve me.
That's an interesting perspective because
like
since I do see, I'm gonna be honest. I may not be very religious, but I do see maybe not black and white, but I think I do see things as good or bad, and
that's
all the gray colors in the middle. So my question for you: you don't think that you have actively acted as a bad person? Like
I would have to ask what is a bad person? Like what makes a bad person? I don't know. Like who says this religion says this thing, another religion says that thing. Like what makes a bad person? Like
I understand.
No,
I like Mario. He's like challenging us. He's like really.
Yeah.
You make sense. You make a good point. No. Okay, guys, I need to go back to my other life. So it's been a pleasure hanging with you and engaging in discussion with you.
Yes.
I hope we can get to do it again.
Yes, hopefully, I'm sure. Yeah, you too.
And are you okay?
Yeah, the chat know. Some of the people in the chat know. I got attacked by a cat, my cousin's cat, and this is. I mean, it looks worse than it is.
You really harmed.
This is just for the cream that I use for the scarring. So I don't get like so it doesn't get worse. Yeah.
I do hope you get better.
Yeah, thank you.
It was lovely to meet you.
You too,
Brent.
You did awesome. I loved it.
And for everyone else, till next time, David Herrera.
That's right.
Signing off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's doing a mic drop.
Mic drop.
That was cool. I love it. That was awesome. You did awesome, man.
Oh,
you did great.
Yes.
I love how you challenge us. It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just enjoy having conversations with you guys.
I love it.
Same.
Thank you. Bye.
Later. Bye guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Which one? Which one?
You can talk trash about
They
me.
were both.
No, we did it right, man. Are you kidding me? Here you go.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so the things that we're covering today, guys, if you're just joining, it's like the way in which society has like developed a thing with
Or devolved. Like, evolved or
yeah.
devolved.
Devolved. Yeah.
I like David because he challenges. You know, he really he really postures it. Like he positions the thing like, no, you have like this is really da, 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 da. And I'm like, that's that's real.
Yeah.
And I do think we had like you have to have someone challenge your beliefs. Otherwise, it's like stand for something or fall for
exactly.
anything.
What are you standing on? Yeah.
I do think like maybe there's an argument after you've been in a certain situation for a while, like you can become morally weak. You know what I mean? Because it's like easier to make decisions because you're like insulated or something like
For
that.
sure.
I think maybe I don't know, I thought maybe that was the undercurrent of that.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
You know, which I think is real. I think that's a real argument.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to say you would do the right thing because you da, 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 da. But I think that we'd have to actively choose. And they say, you kind of know who you are based on like how you handle disappointment. You know, that's real. Like when something does not go your way,
you down,
or something fails, or right, Mario, like you kind of learn, and then you kind of have to self-correct from that, because you're like, okay, well that was that's me, then I can do better.
Yeah, because emotions are real, but
thank you, Mario, for super chat for Mario for adjusting the camera.
Yeah, I try not to make like decisions based off emotions. Yeah, because getting disappointments is real. It hurts.
I like his question about the because revenge. I think revenge is like the fantasies of revenge are probably everyone has them to an extent, especially if something really happened to you, like really bad. But I will tell you, like, never do it. Like, it's not never worth it.
Yeah, it works.
And they talk about it, and You've Got Mail in that movie. He was like, whenever you have the opportunity to say the nasty thing to that person, you say it. He was like, in that you will immediately regret it. Because it's like, it's not that the other person's not worth it. It's that you're not worthy of that kind of stuff, even coming out of your mouth, or you typing those things, or you putting it out to the universe already. Like, you have to be like a lie. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's real.
It's real. Like, I have people in my life that are very quick to say the meanest thing, like even over text.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't get that. That hurts.
Yeah.
So much. And I'm like, and then like be very like flippant and like as if it didn't happen. But I'm like, I don't get that. Like, you just like hurt me for no reason, and like you're.
I think David, maybe he was challenging that idea of like, you have to put yourself out there, but also like you put yourself out there, but you have to be willing to accept whatever it is that comes your way. I do think that like the hateration or whatever was I feel like that was like the earlier days of the internet, but it's like when we felt like we didn't have options. So it was like saying like, I don't want this or whatever, but now you can just go find what you do want, that idea.
Yeah, I don't think the internet now rewords that kind of like
no, I don't think so.
You were mentioning that it's hard to like define what a bad person is.
Yeah.
But when do you guys think that the disagreement can become let's not say
like doing something in bad faith?
Yeah.
Like, like what you're doing and like that's like bad faith. When
when
going you something and you're
consciously low, I think that's bad character, like evidence for me. Yeah.
It's.
Do you think that it's been, again, going back to the question, do you think nowadays it is more than it can also be just exposure. It's not actually. Thank you, Gizmo. My mic was off for.
Thank you, Gizmo.
But I was just asking them, like, let's not say that. Let's not use the term bad person, but when does disagreement become proof of a bad character, let's say? And they were saying that whenever it's done on bad faith. And I was asking them, and thank you again, Gizmo. But I was asking them, do you guys think that it's now more prevalent nowadays, or is it just more like exposed? We see it more because it's more like.
I think it's more exposed.
I think Yes, and I think we see more. Like everyone now has like it's a worldwide. The internet is a worldwide platform, so anyone has an opinion. It's democratic that way, and yeah, we see more. We see it now,
Everywhere.
huge volume now. Like I'm thinking before in the 90s, you used to like really know like what, like 100 people that were in your life that you saw like
Right.
Yeah.
daily, and now you can see the whole, you can interact
You guys don't
with
forget to
the
like and subscribe.
whole world. That's like crazy. So I think
It is-
it's growing pains for that. I
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Well, and also like what people know
Yeah.
about you or what they think they know about you.
Yeah.
You know, that's an interesting concept.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
because it's like, and also it's like, you know, maybe you did something, but you don't want to carry that experience with you everywhere.
Mhm.
You know, like relive that thing
Yeah.
or whatever it
so
may be.
You edit.
Well, right. You
Yeah.
kinda, I think you edit in your own
Yeah.
mind too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know,
For
like
sure.
what do you want to talk about? What comes to top
Yeah.
of
What
mind?
story do I tell about myself? Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I do
Yeah.
think that there is this idea, because I was watching this video about like, you know, we all, like, I think everyone suffers from some level of the fact that we have a personality.
Mhm.
There's probably some disorder in there, just even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think like in the modern world, we're constantly trying to define ourselves.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so-
Put ourselves in a box. Like this is me.
Yeah.
This is me. This is me. Yeah.
Or maybe you're okay with maybe it's a personality disorder if you're not trying to put yourself in a box.
For sure.
I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe
That makes
that's
sense.
called borderline personality
Yeah,
disorder,
that
right?
makes
I don't
sense.
know.
And what about the apologies? Do you guys think that it's now more like a thing of public scrutiny rather than something that's honest, or is it always honest? I mean, not always, right? But in general, is it generally honest? Like public apologies, are they used as admissions of guilt?
I know that sometimes you apologize and then people attack you, right? Especially like in personal relationships.
Right.
I've seen that where it's like,
Yeah.
because it's like they're waiting for you to admit your guilt.
Yeah.
And so if you say you're sorry, it's like people are like, ha,
Mhm.
I knew you would have guilty and you admit it.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that's a dangerous game for for individual couples.
Yeah.
I always feel, I feel like I've been in that situation several times,
Mhm.
and it's usually it's like not like one transgression, is more like a
Yeah.
behavior or something stretched out over time.
Yeah.
But I would say maybe apologies on some level are performative, but I think you can still mean it. I don't know.
For sure. And I mean, an apology for me personally goes a long way, but I do think we have become a punitive society. We're not
Right.
looking for like reparations or like correcting the damage or whatever. We are, again, I think we like
That's really deep.
to take people down, and we seek punishment instead of like really repairing the damage for whoever the victim was. And yeah, if we
yeah.
could like start switching that, I think it would be better.
I think forgiveness used to be like
Yeah.
more. I think it's because there's so many people too that we feel like, maybe celebrities from previous times
Yeah.
like had the opportunity to like redeem themselves. But now that there are so many famous people, it's like if somebody does something wrong, it's like, well, we can just, well, that just helps us eliminate that person
Yeah.
as an option, or it helps us like quickly categorize that individual.
Yeah, as a
You know? Right.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like no one's like, if we all saw someone, we walked through their entire life, you'd always find a moment where you're like,
a
okay,
redeemable moment. Yeah.
right. Or just, like it's kind of unremarkable,
Yeah.
like not
like
like
a
nothing's-
regular human who makes regular human mistakes.
right. And I think maybe that's true for all of us. Like the
Yeah.
difference between like the most successful person and the regular person is actually very tiny.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like a series of like little decisions and
Yeah,
also
like
the
a lotto.
circumstances. Yeah.
Winning the lottery. Yeah.
Right.
And we've talked about a little bit about the disappearance of neighborliness, but we've seen too that now people are not like holding doors or leaving like or they leave carts in parking spaces. All these things
Yeah.
that are like indicative of a bigger like attitude, let's say.
Right.
Is neighborliness dying because people move more frequently? That's a
I don't know if it's because they
Case.
move more, but
Mhm.
maybe there is some truth to that. Like in
Mhm.
terms of like people being nomadic, or
Yeah.
having the ability to like,
Like,
leave your small town
yeah.
or whatever.
I think it has
You guys don't
something
forget
to
like
do
the
with
video.
it. Like
It
I've
helps out a
read
ton. Help us
up-
out.
Yeah, I've read
But,
about this theory that, like in the United States, for example, that the serial killers really began appearing when the big roads were built,
Oh,
because people, again, anonymity, like you could travel to another town where
Right.
no neighbor knew you and just do whatever you wanted.
Oh.
So
that's like mind blowing, but also totally logical.
I mean, it's a theory that I've read about, like, and it makes
It's like interstate highways, basically, right?
interstate highways where you could like
Mhm.
Spooky.
drive 2 hours to a town and
States.
nobody knew you, so
Mhm.
you could do whatever
You can kind of
wanted.
walk through and like kind of be invisible.
Yeah, so
Because people don't recognize you,
Exactly,
so they're
like-
not interacting with you.
exactly.
Oh my god, that's terrifying, right?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
I feel
it's
like
what interconnectedness like
well,
creates.
this is why I think making like friends is key, because
Yeah.
you want to recognize the people in your neighborhood and
Exactly.
stuff like that.
Exactly.
And have we become afraid of interacting with strangers? I would say yes.
Yeah, Mara's like, let me go ahead and answer that one for you. Yeah, I mean, I do think that's real. Like having
sure.
that fear of, I think because new people can like hurt us, right?
For sure.
Like a new person can, in theory, like harm us.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that like the people in our lives already can harm us too.
Yeah.
But I think meeting new people is like, it's like key to growing,
Mhm.
So I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Why do people expect community without contributing to it?
Without what?
Contributing to it.
Again,
Mhm.
commodifying. I think
It's like
we expect things
like
to-
receiving but not giving.
Yeah,
You
I
said.
think capitalism or
Yeah.
this current like economical system has like conditioned us to think like everything is commodifiable,
Right.
even like a society.
Mm,
And I don't think that's commodifiable.
mm.
I think like the journey of the individual is kind of lost on us, because it's like relationships, it's like swipe this way, swipe that
Mhm.
way, and so it's like you said, it's like become transactional
Mhm.
and commodified,
Mhm.
and I guess that's profoundly sad,
Mhm.
and I guess we're all affected by it. But I also think like whenever we see different people's personalities too, it's like you kind of are reminded like how just like one, like we're all just slightly different, but
Yeah.
it's not bad or good,
Yeah.
or it's actually like
Normal should be expected.
Yeah,
that
it should
we
be
are all
expected.
different. Yeah, but yeah,
right.
I think
But
we think that we deserve whatever we want
right,
without like contributing.
Mm.
right.
Yeah.
And do you think that small courtesies are also evidence of character?
Small
say,
courtesies.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, I
say that
think so.
someone holds the door for you, and that's
I think
like
so.
I
like
think
an
so.
evidence of a bigger attitude. Let's say, is that indicative of that, or can someone just be doing that because I don't know, like a
You
societal
guys remember to like and subscribe.
expectation, even?
I think that people who are good in general are constantly trying to do little good deeds.
Mhm.
Now, that doesn't mean that you can always have the opportunity to do that.
Mhm.
Like, you don't need to run across the street and try to like
Yeah.
open up the door for somebody, because you can put yourself in danger by doing things like that. But I do think that trying to create a series of small, like good acts is probably indicative of your overall persona. And I think some people, the reason why they become the villains is because they just get bitter.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and I think if you get bitter about life, you start to like, and I think maybe we've all been there at some point in our lives. Like you don't want to actively ever commit harm,
Mhm.
because in a way it's like you're telling yourself who you are, right?
Right.
So ideally you try to find ways to not become bitter, right? You try to get better,
Yeah. Yeah. So
because in life I think you get bitter or better.
right.
I think those are your two options.
Right. I do think that's essentially it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that neighbors should tolerate one another's imperfections? Like, how much should we tolerate?
I think we should be really tolerant. I think like the worst thing about society is like how dramatically intolerant we've become.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I would make that argument. Like the biggest issue with society right now is like there's one thing about you I don't like, so it's over.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Exactly.
one
Like
thing-
there's no compromise. Like, oh no,
Yeah.
you're now a villain in my story, and I'm like, well,
Right. It's like
We're all very-
there's
Where do you
one
think that
thing.
has come from? I have seen some people on the internet saying it's almost like self-care to like just trash everybody around you if they affect you in the slightest way. But where do you think that comes from in general? Like the idea of yourself not being like
treating people that they're disposable.
Yeah. Again.
I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Or like, what can this person get me in society? Or
Yeah.
like, what is like? I think even like us growing this podcast, thank you guys for liking and subscribing.
Yeah.
But I
Thanks
think
for showing up.
like there's a win-win, right?
Mhm.
For me, I feel it's that way
Mhm.
because I'm like, I'm meeting someone new, I'm having fun with it, we're practicing English skills, even
Mhm.
just verbalizing stuff at that level. I think
Mhm.
is really like a workout for your brain, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But also just like hearing other people's points of view.
thank you, Viti Hookah.
And also like when you try to defend your own point of view,
Mhm.
you hear if someone has a different point of view, that helps you with your kind of positioning.
Mhm.
And
Helps you
maybe
see where you stand.
right. And just like where you are, and maybe it sounds corny, like where you are in your journey. I mean, that's a real thing.
For sure.
But I would say treating people as they're disposable is like the worst thing.
Or like treating people like they are on the opposite team. I think that's very again,
Dangerous.
I think that
capitalism.
happens culturally. Too.
Yeah, it works for capitalism to
Thank
put
you,
us
Viti
into
Hookah.
boxes,
Thank you
into
guys for liking and
teams,
subscribing.
because they can sell us an identity
Mhm.
that comes from the outside instead of like us finding an identity and with like knowing people and talking to them and like finding what we have in common and what we think differently on.
Mhm.
But I think, I like to think more of like, we think differently on this, but we have this in common, and maybe we think differently on this, but there's a way to meet in the middle. Like I always, like again, the win-win, but that's not convenient for like capitalism. Yeah, because
I think
Yeah.
right. I think that's real too.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think, gosh, I feel like that's so sad.
Mhm.
We can wrap up. But
No,
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
are you sure?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm not checking the time.
Okay, I thought you were like signaling. to
No,
me.
I get
I
my
was like-
text messages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't forget to like and subscribe. We're gonna go a little bit more longer.
Yeah.
But no, I think I some of the stuff I feel like we talk about it too because it's the stuff that's like in the back of the
Mhm.
mind, and it's like maybe you don't get the opportunity to like talk about it in an active
Mhm.
way,
Mhm.
and then it's like I think it can put your subconscious mind a little bit at rest.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah.
Right. And is kindness more important than etiquette?
Etiquette.
For me, yes. I mean,
Yeah, I
I-
would say so.
I always like to think that I try to be kind, not nice. I think etiquette has to do with niceness, which is what
be fakey.
what is considered good in society, like what's considered good manners. And I don't care about good manners, but I do care about kindness.
Me too.
Yeah,
It's like it was so nice to meet you.
Yeah,
and,
like-
and they're like so nice.
so nice. Like,
And you're like when they start to say things, like, so nice, but it's like get out of here, bye.
yeah,
That
exactly.
idea.
Yeah, that's
Um,
very surface level for me. But kindness,
right.
I think, has a lot of value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and then what is kindness? Maybe some people interpret kindness in different. I think kindness is almost like tenderness,
Mm-hmm.
like
And
really
like-
treating something very gently.
Yeah, and for me, it has to do with empathy, like putting myself in the other person's place, and like,
Right.
what would be the best way to approach this
Right.
person to make them comfortable?
Right.
And also like what's the best for the outcome of the
Mhm.
thing.
Of
'Cause
the
that-
thing,
yeah,
yeah.
because I think like especially if you're trying to produce something or trying to make something,
Mhm.
it's like maybe it's like if you try to please everybody and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
So you have to like be strategic,
Mhm.
but at the same time, like propel the
Mhm.
needs of the whatever the production is.
Mhm.
But I think it's
Yeah,
a very interesting, tango.
yeah, for
You know?
sure. Yeah, like I try to think of it like, not in a pleasing way, because that's impossible.
Right.
But in a making them comfortable, or like making them felt
Feel-
seen as
yeah.
a human. Like this is not
That's-
just a transaction. I'm coming from a human to human.
Right.
Yeah. That's very
interaction.
real.
Yeah,
I think in today's society, everything has become so transactional.
yeah,
That people
Yeah.
are just like swipe, and
Yeah.
or it's like
Yeah.
the people who are closest to you like it's like they have to be so tied to you. Like it has to be your mom or your dad or
Yeah,
your sister.
for you to feel like empathy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, let's try to like.
Yeah, you have to really
Mm.
like widen that
Mhm.
scope.
And not that you like have to do everything for everyone else. No, just like like ground level empathy for everyone else, and like try to think that yes,
Yeah.
this person like is a human, and just like go from there.
Right.
Kid Baby House says kind is okay, but being more than kind is better. Like actually helping a person.
For sure.
Right. It's
Going
always
the
like,
extra
oh, like, you know,
when
like,
you
oh, I
can.
feel bad for you for like
Yeah.
feeling bad for someone doesn't necessarily mean kindness or help the other person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Kid Baby House, you make a really good point. Like, you need to go out of your way.
Yeah.
You need to
When
go
you
out of your way to help the other person.
exactly.
To true, like, you know, that, so it's like better than just your, you know, baseline, you know, kindness.
Mhm.
But I do think we're exploring these ideas more. Like,
Mhm.
but it does feel like you just get lost in the sea of
Mhm.
all the
It's very
videos, and
easy.
all the
Yeah.
content, and so it's like where can you perform because you need to kind of perform kindness too.
Yeah.
Like someone has to be on the receiving end of it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you know, so in some ways in that there is transactional in that way,
Mhm.
but it's like I feel like certain people like exude kindness,
Mhm.
and you're like, oh, you know, I want to be like that person.
Mhm.
Right. And thank you, John Scott.
Thank you,
Thank you,
John
John
Scott,
Scott.
and goodbye, Bitihuka.
Goodbye, BT.
Have a great
Bye,
day.
Bitihuka.
In a world that you can be anything, be kind. Right.
Yeah, for sure. Words to live by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree that kindness is way beyond simply being polite, let's say.
Yeah,
even,
or nice.
Because
Nice.
polite can be so like fake.
Yeah, like
which is an interesting distinction, right?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
the acts of kindness are sometimes not even seen.
Mhm.
But talking about like etiquette and things like that,
Mhm.
were traditional manners sometimes used to enforce class and status?
Say that last part again.
Were traditional manners sometimes used to enforce class and status?
Yeah, for sure. I think so.
Mhm.
Which like
100%.
I don't care about. Which is why like I
Goodbye,
think
Velvet.
as a society, yes, we have to like keep on checking our like social contracts. Like yes,
Right.
some manners come from like a specific era with a specific purpose, but if we don't question them, like if we don't keep questioning them, they can
Thank you, Velvet
become,
Hammer. Velvet
like,
Hammer, you've been awesome. Thank you so much for sharing
Bye,
about your meta
Velvet.
glasses and
Yes,
everything.
thank
like
you.
they really,
it really made me think that I maybe once to try them.
yeah. I mean, I was like, yeah, Velvet Hammer, you're really like a good sales lady.
Yeah.
Sales young lady.
Thank
Y'all
you.
don't forget to like the video and subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an interesting topic. It's like I think this gets me, maybe it's also just because of what's going on in my life,
Mhm.
but do you ever get like real like, oh, like self-reflection, or you're like, holy crap, or you look at everything like with new eyes? I don't know.
For sure. I try to, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like,
Every day.
oh crap, you know. And then so I try to like, you know, be a better person, which I think can be hard when it's like, especially if like, have you ever fought with your family members?
Yes. Every time that I go see them.
I feel like that's if there's anything in my life I need to work on, it's that.
Me too. Like that's a number.
Like my
and
family members.
I did feel very proud that this last time that I went on, like, was it May? Yeah,
Mhm.
we saw each other in May, and I was very proud that we didn't get in a fight. And
Amen.
but it did take a lot. Yes, it did take a lot from all of us. Like we were all like consciously like avoiding the fights because that's our dynamic
Wow.
usually.
It's literally pathological.
Yeah.
Like we do it.
I regress like every time that I'm at my parents' house. I regress to 15.
I'm like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I'm like a little child, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I doing this? Why am I so crippled?
Mhm.
And I try to blame different situations, and there are some things that are difficult to deal with.
There's reason, but
It doesn't mean that, but you have to like try to overcome it,
Yeah.
right? Which is
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a tall order,
Mhm.
but you know,
It's easier said than done. Yeah,
right? Easier said than done.
it's a constant struggle, but I was
Mhm.
very proud for this last.
Well, way to go, man.
Yeah.
High five on that.
Thank you.
Good job.
Right. What is the difference between respectability and respect?
Respectability.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I don't know. What does respectability mean?
Is
the ability to.
Well, I guess I'm giving away the answer, but respectability is the quality or state of conforming to conventional standards of social acceptability, decency, and moral behavior, while respect is kind of like, just acting because we as humans are like.
I think
deserve
respect
decency.
sounds better to me.
Yeah. So respectability is what we agree as a society what deserves
Yeah,
respect.
like the conventional
Okay.
standards
Okay.
of social acceptability.
Again, I mean, I don't think there's necessarily something wrong with respectability, but if we don't question it, if we don't like,
It's like a societal construct.
if it's not a live thing that keeps evolving with us, I think it can become outdated.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's like a class system.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
because it's like the idea, the previous question, like, can manners be associated with like
Yeah.
a class system?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I think so.
And in fact, it's actually baked into some
Yeah,
languages,
I think so. Yeah.
right? Certain words don't even
I think it
exist. It's like it's like
Yeah.
showing respect.
Mm-hmm.
And respect comes from a more genuine feeling of demonstration of esteem.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes
Yeah.
from like the fact that we recognize that as humans we deserve like decency and be treated
Mhm.
with decency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think respect goes through that, and respectability isn't always that exactly. It's more like
Mhm.
appearances even.
Appearances, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I sometimes like maybe you can tell me if I'm going crazy,
Mhm.
but like there's some people like that I'll interact with, maybe at the gym or just like out in the world,
Mhm.
and it's like some of them it feels like they have like such a contempt for me,
Mhm.
and it's like I don't really know why.
Uh-huh.
But do you think it has to do with being an American?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I would assume.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like, but what does that increasing sentiment
Yeah, I would say it is increasing.
because there are more of us here?
Yeah, I think there's resentment because of gentrification,
Right.
rent going up, and
No, it's real.
yeah, people take it out on, like specific people when the situation is bigger than like specific people. Yeah.
It's profoundly sad if the only
Yeah.
answer is like to leave. You know what I mean? It's like get out of here.
Yeah, I don't think
You know?
that. Yeah, exactly. I don't think
No.
that's the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, but it does feel like because I'm like, dang.
No. Yeah.
It's like, but I actually get it. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. But at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like making someone feel bad
Bad
is not the
under
answer.
like
Mhm.
normal day, isn't the answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it because it also I think it's like they're doing it because they want to have an effect on you.
Yeah, they
wanna make you
somehow
uncomfortable.
like feel that they. I mean, again, I go back to the idea of control. I think that if they like come at you with a certain attitude, they feel like they have some control on this bigger situation.
Right.
And yeah,
Hey
that
Richie,
sucks.
what's going on, Richie?
Hey,
We stayed
Richie.
live enough to
Hi,
see
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah,
What's going on, Richie?
you made it.
Hey, Richie.
Yeah, I was gonna go into like so glad we made it. Like, there's so many songs that say some stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that. There's like another.
I got a little bit of a taste of it today, to be honest.
You did? Do you want to tell us?
Well, it's just this guy who works at the gym, and he's just like I've known him for years,
Uh-huh.
but like in the last year or so, he's just
Yeah,
been
changed.
so standoffish.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe something is going on with him, but no, it's like it's
Specific
like
to
real,
the-
yeah,
to-
but it's like real contempt.
Mm-hmm.
But I also I'm like, you know what? I really don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
at the
there's
same time,
no
it's
way.
like right. But if I was let's say that I'm like oblivious,
Uh-huh.
but then you're looking into it as a third party, you'd be like, oh, you're so clueless, like he hates you.
Uh-huh.
But it's like there's nothing that transpired or
Yeah.
transpired or happened.
It's just the attitude.
But I feel it's like it's like coming off of him so
yeah.
intensely. It's like that has to be on purpose because it's
Yeah.
not. I don't see it for everybody.
Yeah.
So I think that's an increasing sentiment.
Damn. That
like
sucks. I'm
disdain
sorry.
for.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I should be like, oh, poor. You know what I mean? How do you say? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
No.
I do feel.
I don't
don't
think
feel
it's a
great
poor
about
way.
it.
I mean, you're living it like, yeah. It's real.
Yeah. Well, it's like how you make other people feel is a big deal,
Mhm.
and I
For
think.
sure.
And
And
also,
I think that's where we are in control always. So that's why, I mean, yeah, I get emotions are real, but you are always in control of how you make the other people feel.
well, right. And so that's if you're trying to like lift the other person up
Yeah,
and they're like trying to bring it down. It's like
Yeah.
there's like this unspoken battle going on.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like trying to do like, oh, and then it's
Yeah.
like, no,
Like,
I'm gonna bring you down.
No, we're
It's
staying
like you
low.
shall not.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, like the exchanges.
Yeah.
But I, on some level, I don't want to like that. I don't want to,
And
validate
I mean,
it because
There's a world where you confront him and
I almost asked him today. I was like,
but-
did I do anything to offend you?
Yeah. Did you?
I know. I almost did.
You
though.
almost did. Yeah.
But
I
the
get
reason,
urge.
the reason I didn't is because I was like, I didn't want it to be, awkward.
Yeah.
For the days coming forward.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting debate. I'm
Yeah.
sure there are people who have similar stuff going on.
Yeah.
But it's like, and part of the reason I didn't is because I was like, I didn't want it to affect me any further than it already was. But it's someone that I've known for a while. He used to be really, but it's like maybe something's going on, and they're feeling like less. They're just like less friendly, less inclined to be nice. And so I was like, but I do think something's happening globally. Like I don't know if it's just like me and my, it's like people are losing their jobs or there's like a reshuffling.
Yeah.
So there's just stuff going on. Richie, are you still here? Richie, don't forget to like the video and you already subscribed, of course. Right.
What behavior that was considered rude 30 years ago is completely normal now?
I would say, not introducing yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
I've encountered that. Like, and as an actor, like I work with students, let's say, and they know each other, and I come out as an outsider to work with them,
right?
And they like have stopped introducing themselves. Like they just like, boom, like, oh, here's this thing and blah blah blah, and we're doing this thing, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and just start like working. And I'm like, whoa, like,
who are you?
Who are you? I'm the Daniel, and like, what are you? How are we gonna be working together? Like, what's your position? And that's been lost, I think, more and more.
Yeah, I feel like that's the big one. Talking to each other, and I feel like the anti-American sentiment has gotten really bad lately. But I also, it's hard to verbalize it because it's these micro things that have been going on.
A lot tied to it.
Right. So I think that, and also just like, I think before, if you acted up like in the public store, like everybody knew each other. It's like like you said before, interstate highways, or before people were able to travel so quickly.
So quick,
Yeah. It was like you knew everybody. So there were real world consequences for not behaving, for not being a polite citizen. Whereas now you can go and act totally crazy at Walmart or at the store, and then go home, and like there's no consequence for that. I do think it creates a ripple effect, and I do think it kind of can find its way back to you. But I think it's important.
But mostly, like, people operate in the understanding that there are no consequences.
Right. It's like I'm going to do what I want, and like I think that's the thing. That's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
I think people who are doing this.
That's been normalized.
Hello. ¿Hablaste con Germán? No, no lo he visto.
So
Estamos por
the last 5 minutes trying to find a quote.
You guys, Gabriel's here. If you want to say hi to Gabriel.
Yes.
Saludar.
And I come sit down.
Gabriel is here.
How's it going?
So, do you think that that's a generational thing, Daniel, in your
For sure, in my experience,
I
think so. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think it is generational, and I think that sometimes maybe the older you are, like the more devastating it can feel.
Yeah,
because it's like it's so against how you were, like, let's say, raised.
Yeah, like we had agreed on this. Kid BB House says, I've spent the last 5 minutes trying to find a quote even after the conversation moved on. I think it was Gandhi. It was something like, if you don't see the good, then be the good. Any ideas, you guys? Oh, I've never heard this.
That's real. It's like it's better to light a candle than to curse the
Yeah,
darkness.
exactly. Like,
This
So
is
if
the
it's
one
really,
that
if it's completely dark, don't say like it's so dark.
It's
Like,
like,
light a candle.
Yeah.
Like, be the change you want to see in the world.
This is the one I found, Kid, by Gandhi. It says, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world."
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that one exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's basically that's the one.
the
that
idea,
kind
but
of-
I like the specificity of the candle, like that
Right,
image.
Yeah.
right.
But it's like
Or
the circumstances can be dire, can be difficult, but it's like all you should do in theory is to make the situations or the conditions better.
Yeah.
Because if it's like,
Exactly.
if you're making them worse, or if you're just spiting them or spitting at it, or, I don't know. I think it's like, I think I can get sentimental when I talking about society.
Yeah.
Because I do think that it's, but it's like, that's why you be kind too. Because if you're not kind, then it's like, then there's an expectation that other people are going to be like you.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
you want to be a good person because you want to be like, I can only hope that other people are behaving in a kind fashion as well.
In good faith. Yeah. As a constant collaborator with like different people every time, like constantly working with new people and finding new ways to like find middle ground. I try to apply this like every day because let's see if I get a script and I don't necessarily like it or find a lot of like flaws or opportunities to make something different. I don't see like any value on like just like pointing the wrong things, like pointing them out. I always like to see them and like seeing what I can like bring to the table to fix that or to find another way. Like,
I mean, I feel like you're really smart. Maybe you should fix scripts.
No, and I do, and I end up fixing them, but by collaborating,
You're like, no, I do.
By bringing a solution or like a way to like fix it, and not just pointing it out and like making it the problem of the other person. And that's that the idea of the candle made me think of that. Like, don't just like point. I mean, it's easy to like just point stuff that's wrong. But look,
it's like almost like it's easier.
It's easier for sure
to just point out what's wrong with society versus contributing
or like trying to like find a solution like with the other person. Yeah.
No, that's real. And you know, the whole world is experiencing like their own struggles, and it's like, and I do think there's like a ripple effect. Like this, I saw there was an earthquake this morning.
Yeah,
like
huge in Colombia.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, no, I don't want any suffering, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like when you see videos, like, do I like it? You know, because I'm like, do I like the video, the news video?
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't like it, and I'm like, I want to see, want to know what's going on in the world. So it was very interesting, that idea.
Right. Do you can someone be extremely polite and still be like a terrible person?
Yes,
100%.
Yes,
I think that's the way they can hide.
Yeah, I interact with a lot of fake nice people that you can sense. And
I mean, not to say that, not to define what that.
Are you understanding what we're talking about?
Yeah,
it is. But
okay, good.
You kind of get an
idea. But like an angry person that is being fake nice, but you can feel the anger underneath. Like
on some level, I can appreciate it if they're trying to control themselves, I guess. Like if they're trying to be like,
I rather
I'm
like
asking you in the kindest way possible, if you could please just give me your, you know, like you know, if you could just please sit down and wait for the whatever, you know. I don't know. I feel like isn't anger kind of feel like it's like one of those emotions that people are showing it more in public, but it feels like it's like outburst.
Yeah.
Versus like used in a controlled manner. I don't know. Can you remember the last time you saw someone have an emotional outburst in public?
Like my neighbor with the dog, she's like, every time we have an elevator, so I'm walking with my dog like to go outside, and if the door opens and she sees us, she's like, oh my God, like have an outburst, like, oh, it's always a dog and I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that doesn't help anybody. Like, you're just making it worse. You're just upsetting the dog and she's gonna bark at you. And like, like, why make a big fuss out of it? Like,
I don't know why people do that. For example, like the little, like interactions with people, like when people try to make the other person angry, I'm like, there's something really profoundly wrong with you.
Yeah, going on.
If you need to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, what happened that you need to be constantly going around triggering everybody? You know, I think that's very strange. But I also think it's become like some people, it's like, oh, okay, that person's angry.
Yeah.
Or that person's this, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to be known as the angry person.
Yeah.
Because it's like angry people are inherently unreasonable. It's like, have you ever had a decent argument with an angry man?
No,
you can't.
Never. You can't.
Like you can't have an argument with an angry man. There's nothing to be said or done.
I agree.
Have we confused having boundaries with never accommodating anyone?
Have we confused having boundaries with never what?
Yeah, a lot of like therapy talk on the internet is like very self-centered.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's
Like,
true. I
going
saw that
back
today on
to-
TikTok. I was
Yeah.
like, this is like the first day on TikTok, and it's already like feeding me like self-help.
Yeah, and
Like you're good enough, and da 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 da.
Mhm.
How to spot a narcissist or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, dang. I mean, like,
sure,
at
but
what point-
there's also like middle ground, like
well, yeah, but then it does make you question. It's like, well, okay, do I need to like perform a certain way because everyone's like reading me through this lens of like what, you know what I mean? Because I'm not on this big
Yeah.
platform and everyone's using this big platform.
Mhm.
It's very interesting because I do think the platforms can kind of shape our reality.
They do, yeah.
Right. So I wish we can go back to like we could all pick to go live in the village.
Yeah,
Like we all know each other.
let's all do the village.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I do think that there's consequences for everything.
I mean, I do think we can have both. I mean, we don't have to like give up the internet, but let's again remember that there is a lot of value in creating a close knit community, like where you
Yeah.
actually live. Yeah, let's not forget that. Like, yeah,
right.
At what point did I paid for this become I can treat you however I want?
never.
I don't think it was ever that way.
Yeah.
I think
For some
maybe
it's that way.
yeah, I think there are people that are that way, but I don't know if it's ever been like maybe it's an unspoken rule depending on how old you are. You know, like I know
Yeah.
have you ever seen kids get out of control? And then some people are like in the society are like, hey, you need to check your kids. It's like, you don't get to raise my kid. And it's like, yeah, but it does take a village to raise a child.
Exactly.
Like
I
that's
think
that's
true.
not fake.
Yeah.
It does take a village to
I
raise
think
a
that's
child.
true.
And why do you think people are sometimes furious when they are told no?
Say that last part again.
That they are not valid. That they are. Yeah.
What
I
was
think
it?
that.
Why are people sometimes furious when they are told no?
Yeah, I think that's
Oh, right.
that they hear that they are not valid, and
Mm.
that's not true necessarily.
That's a good point. Like basically they interpret the no as like a negation of their
Yeah, of
their
their
entire
self.
identity.
Yeah, because I think we tie the self to a lot of like external things in today's society,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and yeah, that's not true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess being told no, I guess maybe there's like the disease to please, that
Mhm.
idea. But I also don't know what, like, at what point is it detrimental? But I also know that it's like there's a soft no. It's like, no, thank you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But even that, I guess, is starting to feel like it's like, so like it's like if a nice no is if they're gonna treat it the same as an angry no,
Mhm.
it's like that's why people are just like, no, get the F out of my face, you know, F you or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
I do think we like memories and emotions are tied together. Like if
Mhm.
you had like a really crazy moment, you remember that,
Mhm.
and you're like, oh, I never want to be that way again, or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
So it is interesting, like kind of tempering your behavior, like not having it be too extreme,
Mhm.
and one way or the other. You know,
Right. I mean, and
you guys don't forget to like the video and subscribe.
Mhm.
And then we're wrapping up, guys.
and kind of going back to that idea, have we
Mhm.
forgotten how to hear an answer we dislike?
Yeah, have we forgotten how to hear an answer we dislike? Maybe.
Yeah.
I think maybe we just don't want to feel uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
It's
think-
kind of like going back to the idea of confrontation, right?
Mhm. Confrontation and being comfortable. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have commodified being comfortable. Like I think
Yeah.
we think we deserve it 24/7 all the time,
Yeah.
and I don't think that living in a society
Exactly. Yeah.
is that. Yeah, I think we have to find compromise, and we have to learn how to be uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
For the
like
greater
a
good.
better,
Yeah,
like
for
a
the
bigger
greater
good, right?
good, or for the yeah. Yeah.
well, that's how we grow, right?
Mhm.
Like or just like if someone corrects you, you know,
Mhm.
you're doing something that's like, no, this is
Yeah, we're taught to react instantly, and like
right.
you know,
I think
I don't
probably
think
I think probably the problem is that so many people like think that they know better
Mhm.
because whatever we believe has been reinforced so
Mhm.
much that it's hard to have a discussion about anything,
Mhm.
you know. But I think that's what scares me the most about today. Is like if we disagree even on the slightest thing, maybe we don't even disagree. Maybe it's like just a
it
question of
sounds
semantics,
like
right? Like the other
it
day I was
sounds
saying
like we
something.
should disagree. Like
Yeah.
like
I-
some questions that we
I was saying something the other day to you and
Yeah.
Andre, and then I was like, I'm like, why am I even like, just stop.
I think I should be on this side.
Well, because I was like, there's nothing to be said, but I
Right.
guess you live a certain period of time and you get to see like the premise
Mhm.
become like the opposite of the thing.
Mhm.
And then everyone's like for this other thing, right? It's definitely Hegel's thesis.
Mhm.
But it's crazy because when you've like lived long enough, let's say, or you're you know, and we all will get to see that where it's like something gets manipulated so much.
Mhm.
It's like social media.
Yeah.
Is maybe we should call it anti-social media.
I would agree. Yes.
You know, depending on how
It's
you're
a
using
very antisocial behavior.
it. Right. Like it's like promoting anti-social behavior.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Kid Big House mentioned that it's kind of like the age of entitlement.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it.
Is entitlement more prevalent now or simply more visible?
Both.
Entitlement?
Yeah.
I think both.
Maybe it's both.
I think in some cases, yeah, you can see it's both. I've seen with like younger generations going to preschool, like they don't know how to behave sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of parents
And
right
since
now
they are
think-
like learning from what they observe, and maybe that's indicative of how they are being, you know, raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, KPO says everyone has an angle and he's obtuse. I think you have to be obtuse, even though the word obtuse, it kind of means, you know,
It has a negative connotation.
it has a negative connotation. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in general, like if you are too pointed,
Mhm.
it's sharp.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe that's
Maybe there's
that's
a
an
middle
edge that you
ground,
need, I
but
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Right. So are people increasingly convinced that their preferences are rights?
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would argue that that's the case.
Right. And
Yeah, we create our own bubbles of bias
yes,
through the internet, through
Yeah. You guys, one more super chat, by the way.
rewarded
Yeah.
behavior. Yeah.
And I think we covered this before as well, but whenever we treat somebody who's like in a lower position of power, do you think that's kind of like us feeling better about themselves in a way, like discharging or anger and things like that to a person who's like lower on the scale of power, let's say?
Maybe. I mean, I don't get any pleasure out of it.
Me neither, but I see people get pleasure out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, going
Oh.
back to entitlement, I think it's kind of like a thing we see whenever
Yeah.
like older people yell at, you know, like people who are just doing their jobs.
Yeah. And the idea of approaching the world as a either or, like you either win or lose. I feel like
Right.
if you put someone down,
That's scary because if people really have that
you're
position,
winning.
Yeah.
well, it's like they're gonna thank you, John Scott, thank you, confetti, yay.
Thank you, John Scott.
Confetti.
Confetti time, yes.
So it scares me when people act that way because it's essentially they're saying at some point in time you're gonna draw the line in the sand and I'm gonna come for you. And it's like, well, why?
Yeah, why?
Like, you know what I mean?
There's no need.
Like
Yeah.
like always having to be adversarial.
Yeah,
That's very scary.
it is
So I think
scary
it's-
behavior.
Yeah, I think it maybe it is just very human. But I
don't think it's human. I think it is created.
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's a construct.
I think it is a
Thank you,
construct.
John Scott.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think we've put it ourselves into that.
yeah. I think it's always best to get out of that construct.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's call it a night, guys. Let's get some rest.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you,
Y'all are
guys.
amazing.
Thank
It's
you.
been so much fun. You guys don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Y'all
Yes.
check us out. We have conversations. It's basically like hanging out on your back porch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like hanging out in your living room
Yeah.
and having those conversations that are always like those little things that you're thinking about all the time, but maybe you don't have the opportunity
Yeah.
Discuss them.
to really
Put
discuss
into
it.
words. Yeah, to
Yeah.
discuss it. Yeah.
But I feel like all of these topics are on people's minds. It's
Yeah.
just like whether you're willing to go and talk about it or not. It's
We
up to
still
you.
operate on them. Yeah.
Thank
Right.
you, Kids Baby House.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are
Thank
amazing.
you for showing
You
up.
too. Have
Thank
a
you guys
great
for showing
night.
up and
Keith.
showing out. Y'all have
Thank
been so
you.
awesome.
Yes.
Seriously. Appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night or day.
Someone said Audi humans the other day, but I don't remember who said that. But I like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Audi
Have a great night,
humans.
guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, John Scott. Thank you,
Thank
KTV
you,
House.
John
Yeah.
Scott.
Thank you,
KP
everybody.
House.
We appreciate you so much.
OGs.
Y'all have a
you.
good night, everybody. We love you.
Goodbye.
Be kind to one another.
Yes, be kind.
Yes, be kind.
Not nice, kind.
Yeah.